Wondery Plus subscribers can listen to Crime and Sports early and ad-free right now. Join Wondery Plus in the Wondery app or on Apple Podcasts.
In the depths of an Atlanta forest, a clash between activists and authorities ends in tragedy. I'm Matthew Scher, and on my new podcast, We Came to the Forest, we expose the hidden truths behind a shootout that left one activist dead and countless lives forever changed. Binge all episodes of We Came to the Forest ad-free on Wondery Plus.
Everybody, and welcome back to Crime and Sports.
Yay!
Yay indeed, Jimmy. Yay indeed. My name is James Pietragallo. I'm here with my co-host.
I'm Jimmie Whisman.
Thank you, folks, so much for joining us on another insane edition of Crime and Sports. Hope you have been following and listening to these crazy episodes. We've had some
sagas.
We've had a lot of weird, crazy episodes lately.
Yeah.
And today might be, this is a candidate for, because we're gonna reconstitute the Scummies, by the way. We'll do the Scummy Awards. This guy is an automatic and really hard to, Sergio Mitre and him are going to battle it out for Scumbag of the Year and possibly Scumbag of all time.
Of the century.
Of everything, because Mitre, what he did was, if you haven't listened to the episode, listen to it. If you said, what's the worst thing a human being could do?
That's possible.
And then they would say that, and you'd go, yeah, that's what he did. But this is almost as bad, or maybe it might be as bad, because this guy spread his love further and longer and farther than Mitre. So we'll get into it, though. Before we do, and it's brain damage also. Tons of brain damage here, which is fun. Before we get into that, though, quickly, definitely head over to shutupandgivememurder.com. What's there? Shit and stuff and things. Oh, yeah. Get your T-shirts and, I don't know, mugs and everything.
Merch of some sort. Yeah.
Everything from skateboards to shower curtains. We literally is there. You can get it. So get it there. All the merch is there. It's a lot of fun. You can get tickets and get your stuff. Hang out with us. Do that. Also, definitely patreon.com/crime and sports is where you get all the bonus material. Anybody, $5 a month or above, you're going to get access to everything. That's a whole back catalog of bonus stuff, a couple hundred episodes, and new ones every other week. One Crime and Sports, one Small Town Murder, and you get it all. So this week, what you're going to get for Crime and Sports, and this one is, this is a wild story. Donnie Moore is the guy's name, and he had a very hard time in a very important baseball game, and then his life went expediently downhill and ended in a tragic way, and the whole thing is just a disaster based on an awful, seems like it's a real hard grace, we'll put it that way. Definitive grace. So it's a wild story. We'll talk about that. Then for Small Town Murder, because we dressed up on the virtual live show as them, and why not? Let's talk about the Menendez brothers. We'll get into that. Plenty of stuff to talk about there. That is patreon.com/crimeinsports. And also you should be listening to Your Stupid Opinions, by the way, which is our new show. And holy shit, is it funny. It's very funny. A man told us that he threw up on another person while jogging and listening to it because he was laughing too hard. So if you'd like to throw up on somebody because you're laughing so hard, that's the best compliment a comedian can get, by the way. You've made me throw up is wonderful.
I let people see my food.
Yeah. My goal, I always said this in stand-up, if someone dies in the crowd from a heart attack while they're laughing, I'll never be happier. First off, he won't be upset because he went out laughing. Yeah. Second of all, I'm going to feel good. That's a power. If you can kill someone from a distance like that, that's pretty impressive.
People have been saying they're killing for years.
That's a magical power, and I would feel...
Lying sons of bitches.
I'd feel strong. Yeah, wouldn't you feel strong? Yeah, we did it. Look at him. From, 40, 50 feet? Look at him. Fucking fell over. You couldn't do it that well with a deer rifle. Give me a break. So definitely do all that. Listen to our new shit and hang out with us. So that said, let's get into this. Yeah, thank you for those who have. We appreciate you hanging with us and riding with us forever here. So let's get right into this with an absolute fucking maniac. Okay. Cedric Joseph Marks is his name. M-A-R-K-S. His nickname, he's an MMA fighter.
Sure.
His nickname is Spiderman, is what he goes by.
Okay.
Spiderman. So Spiderman Cedric Marks, or Cedric the Spiderman Marks, however you want to do it. Born July 15th, 1974 in Tulsa, California. So, yeah.
Is that right?
Yes, it is.
They have one too?
I know. I was like, wow. You'd think they would have known about the other one already. On the way out there, they would have said, Wouldn't we pass one of these already?
Loved it so much, we're going to name this nice place
Tulsa.
after that.
Yeah. Oh,
It's
man.
probably not that nice in Tulsa, California, is it?
I don't know. Judging by the fact that we've never heard of it, that tells me that
I've heard of a lot of places in California.
A lot of places. Especially living in Arizona, you drive around there. You've seen lots of. I've never seen a sign for Tulsa. I've never seen anything.
And I've heard of Riverside.
Yeah. Oh, you drive by it every time you go to L.A. on the 10. You drive, but this is like Tulsa. Seems like it's like tucked into the center of Death Valley or some shit. Like no one knows where it is.
Right up Bakersfield's ass or some shit like that.
Once they got the Manson family out of there, Cedric Marx's family moved in, and it's just the Spawn Ranch is the whole town. So he'll end up having a couple of kids, which is terrifying to know that his genetics are passed on here. Now, it's hard to figure out. There's not a lot that we can figure out in his childhood, which let's just assume it didn't go well in his childhood. Based on the level of aggression this man has in his life, starting from a really young age, because, well, we'll start his criminal record pretty much in his childhood, but and later on in court documents, it says that he was beaten as a child, is all he'll say. So I don't know if that's by who or why.
Yeah, I mean, if we don't know where a town is in California, how are we going to know where a specific person
in that
originated in that town that I've never heard of?
That's what I mean. Think about the satellite view of it. That's if you're zooming in and you're like, there's a big question mark.
I don't even know where I'm zooming.
Where am I zooming here? Over here? Down? South? More?
How can I figure out what happened in a place I don't know where it is?
Yeah, we don't know. We don't know anything about him. So, yeah, he pops up here. He ends up in Texas, in Killeen, also Fort Hood and Copperas Cove. He lives in a bunch of different states that we know of here. California, Oklahoma, Massachusetts, Illinois, Oregon, Missouri, Washington.
The whole fucking place.
That's all of them. He's just sampling everything, it seems like. Well, we'll try the Northwest. Well, how about, Oklahoma now? So
he's been everywhere, man.
He's been all over the place. And this is one of those things where even if you don't know what happened in his childhood, you can see what happened later, and you can infer. You can reverse engineer that shit to figure out kind of probably around an approximation of what his childhood was all about.
You can take this microwave apart.
Yeah, generally people who are raised really like with kind parents and shit like that, they don't go around just punching people for no reason, just very angry. That's not usually. I mean, that's not common. So he, I guess his cousin here, his cousin Shirley said that Marx's father grew up in a small town of about 60 people.
Oh.
Okay, it's Clearview, Oklahoma. It's a very small
town. That's a campsite.
That's what I mean. That's one we watched. Sarah loves to watch Sister Wives because it's hilarious. We love to yell at these people, and fucking Cody is an idiot, and it's just funny. He'll complain, like in the early episodes, he'll complain like, oh, this one wants this and this one wants that. And it's like, it's almost like you shouldn't marry 4 fucking women. Weird. Weird. It's almost like that's difficult to have 18 fucking kids and 4 women. That's strange.
Hard to please 4 women, is it?
That's strange.
I couldn't do one.
So him and his family and some other polygamist family went on a trip together to like have a little vacation, and there was 50 people total.
Traveling?
50 people. There was 41 kids in the two parties.
Shit.
23. It was insane. So 41 and 8. It was a 23 and 18, and then 9 adults. We had like,
oh my god,
yeah, you had like 7 wives and 2 fucking guys.
That's absurd.
That's absurd. But this is 60 people in a town. They had 50 people just in a traveling party to go on vacation.
Caravan.
Yeah, just caravanning. So I guess his family would host reunions there. So Clearview's very specific little town. This will come up later. So remember Clearview, Oklahoma, and that no one would go there unless you knew it was there.
Yeah.
Much like Tulsa, California. So records in Tulsa show, and this is in Oklahoma now. He moves. So he's like, I love Tulsa. I'm moving there.
Everywhere named Tulsa, I'll be there.
I'll be there. Show that he had felony charges for assault and battery with a dangerous weapon and attempted escape from custody from June 4th, 1992. So he's not even 18 years old yet.
Yeah.
He's just shy of 18 years old. So when he's 17...
Already assault and battery with a weapon.
And
escape.
Which is, think about the balls you have to have.
Yeah.
Like, if you got busted for something and they had you in the back of the car and, you had your cuffs and they took you somewhere, you'd be so downtrodden, the energy to escape wouldn't even come up, would it?
Not yet. No, you generally got to remuster that when you're behind bars.
For like a long time, too.
Yeah, it takes a while.
It takes a while. But to have it be like, fuck this, I'm getting out of here.
now.
That's a wild mentality. Those
Sure
are the people that, like, the sirens come on behind them and they go, whoop, and they immediately hit the gas. Like, that's that person. You're like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this?
Yeah, why is your initial instinct to run?
So, yeah, nope. We're like, no, that's the wrong pedal. Fucking, what are you doing?
How bad of trouble are we about to be in that your first instinct is, maybe I can get away?
Maybe I can get away. There's two pedals and you picked the wrong one, idiot. Thanks. So that happened then. Those charges end up being dismissed somehow.
Oh.
He gets a ton of charges dismissed, by the way. All over. He gets arrested a lot for violence and gets a lot of these things dismissed. Now, I don't know if the assaulted party doesn't want to testify against
They're a
him.
little afraid. Yeah.
That ruins a court case for the most part because if they don't have the witness there, that'll ruin it. So that's a lot of times what happens, and who knows. So the same court showed that he pled guilty, though, on August 21st, 1992, for an attempted robbery with a firearm charge.
Oh.
Which is worse than battery.
Pled guilty?
He pled guilty to that, yeah.
Okay.
From an incident from February of that year. So he was 17 and a half, got arrested for attempted robbery with a firearm, got out, and then assault and battered someone with a dangerous weapon, allegedly, and attempted to escape and had those charges dismissed. He's 17. Like, this is not a good start.
That's so scary.
Yeah, that's what I mean. This is not a good start for a guy like this. And then he's like, I'm going to start fighting. I think that'll be good for me.
Wow.
And he's the problem with this guy is he's such a fucking scam. Everything about him's a scam. Like, yeah, he's full of shit completely. He does things that he obviously did and then says he didn't do them. He's completely full of shit. Everything's a scam. His fighting career's a fucking scam. Half the guys he beats are come into the fight as it's their pro debut, and then they don't have any more fights.
Oh.
So that tells me that's just like a setup, but their management got some fucking bum to go in there and take a beating, and then that guy's not a real fighter. You know what I mean? Like that. Anytime he fights somebody who's got an above 500 record, they kick the shit out of him. So,
or is it one of his friends maybe that just like takes a beating for him?
That's what I mean. It might be a fucking. That's what I'm saying. It might be like a wrestling thing, basically, where he's got a plant. I don't know what the fuck it is, but or his management puts a plant in. I don't know exactly what's going on, but that's just obviously conjecture. But he's just a scam.
Yeah, opinion and outsider looking in. It doesn't look above board.
No, and when you look at later on the just fucking lies he says in open court and shit, like
really,
you go, wow, this guy is capable of anything. Getting some guy who's not a fighter to come in and pretend to fight and lose to him would be mild compared to what this guy lying bullshit about. So, I guess they dismissed an attempted robbery with a dangerous weapon charge at the request of the state the same day that he pled guilty to an attempted robbery with a firearm charge.
Okay, so they either it's two separate incidents too, right?
Either two separate incidents or that was some technical, one's a felony A and one's a felony B and some pleading thing. So, I don't know. He ended up serving, though. He's sentenced to, you, sir, may fuck off. All right, he's already being sentenced here.
Oh, my God.
Already being sentenced. You, sir, may fuck off to Oklahoma State Prison for 6 years. He's sentenced to.
Wow.
And he's going to, that's after his guilty plea.
And he's going to fight after this?
That's what I mean. He hasn't even had a career yet. He's already he does 6 years in Oklahoma State Prison. Before
making him 24 when he gets out?
Exactly. Before he's even thinking of fighting, he's been through the court system a lot here. I mean, this
almost a quarter of his life.
This is crime in ... sports. Like, it's not
This is crime before sports.
Yeah. This is fucking crazy. So the weird part is that the court documents say that he's released on November 23rd, 1998. That's what all the court documents say. But every SureDog and Tapology and all the sites that keep MMA records and do a good job of it all say that his first fight was on July 23rd, 98. So I don't know how he fought from prison. I don't understand if the court is wrong maybe on his maybe that was his discharge from supervision.
Maybe.
That's possible, but his jail, whatever it was, I'm not sure. So those dates are a little bit weird, and we're not sure exactly what happened.
He must have gotten pulled out early and then was watched for a little while or some shit.
But see, that doesn't make sense, too, because I don't know why you would let him out early, because if you look at what he did here, he has multiple misconduct charges. Like, he's not a guy that went to prison and was a model prisoner.
No, he shows very well what he's capable of.
Yeah. Fucking early. He's got from 92 to 98, he's got several misconduct charges here. 1, 92, 11, 27. He just fucking got there. Like, literally just got to prison. That's after they sentenced him and then sent him to prison. He is immediately charged with possession of another's property.
In jail.
In jail, in prison, when he's there literally 3 weeks. He's
just got here. Stealing people's shit.
Already stealing shit, okay? Then in 93, in March, he is charged with outside defined boundaries, which means he went in a section he wasn't
somewhere we wasn't supposed to go.
Yeah, he went through he knew where he was supposed to go and didn't do it, because a lot of times they have work details, so they'll be able to go places and they'll veer off, and that's when you get a charge. You're not allowed to do that. That's why they let you do that shit. It's a test.
Trustee thing.
Yeah. So then a few months later, he gets the same charge outside the boundaries, outside defined boundaries. Then in 97, this is a big charge. He gets charged with threats of bodily harm and death to the staff.
Death.
Yeah. So he can't do that. Yeah. Can't threaten to kill the staff generally. That'll get you a charge. Then the next day, he is charged with outside the defined boundaries, blah, blah, blah. So
he just doesn't give a fuck about what you tell him to do.
No, he just doesn't care. And this is, like I said, he came into prison when he just turned 18. So, I mean, he's not you got to be pretty hardened to be doing this shit when you're a kid in prison too, you know? So then also in 98, right before he was released, I guess, 6/11/98, so June, he is charged with failure to obey a verbal or written order. So and then he got out. He was fighting 2 weeks later, from what I understand. Or July 23rd, 1998 is his first fight. It's the Power Ring Warriors is the name of the card. Dude, we've talked about it for years on this show, but these fucking MMA cards are just ridiculous. The names, they're asinine.
They don't stop.
It was fine when it was like UFC 98 so-and-so versus so-and-so. Great. Yeah. That's perfect.
Good.
This Power Ring Warriors, they're all like weird, like gay Thor fantasies or something. They all sound like you're going to get raped by a superhero if you go here.
Yeah. Was this Power Tops? What was this?
Power Tops Warriors. Yeah. Power Ring Warriors.
All right.
He fights Gabriel Duran, who's never fought before either, so it's 2 debuts. Duran's career record's 0-6, so that tells you a lot about him. Yeah. So he wins this one. Cedric does with a submission. Next up, Josh Flowers, who's 0-0 coming into it. Yeah. This is his only fight, and he's beaten quickly by decision by Cedric Marks. Next up,
is Josh, is he possibly from Tulsa, California?
Possibly. You never know. Next up, this is all the same night, by the way, he fights these people.
Really?
For some reason, he fights Gilbert Duran now. I think that's Gabriel's brother, maybe.
Brother. Yeah.
He's never fought before either. So Cedric hands him a loss. Gilbert will be 2-6 career. So he's not much better than his brother. This is by TKO. And then he finally, in the main event, I guess, at the end of the tournament, he fights Anthony Mad Dog Macias, who's 14-5 coming in, and 26-18 career, and he submits Cedric in the first round because he knows how to fight. Yeah, Cedric loses this fight. Yeah, so he's 3-1 his first night in fighting.
But he fought in the championship. He fought 4 fights in one night.
Yeah, I mean, 3 of the guys aren't really. 3 of the guys have 2 career wins total between them in their whole careers. So that's not good.
It's still 3. You have to throw blows against 3 different guys.
That would be
4.
tiring. And then come down and then warm up again and get out there and come down again. That's
God
rough.
Damn it.
Next up, February 27th, 1999 here. So he waits a while, 6 months or so. He fights in the PP, which is pure pit fighting.
Yeah.
He fights Scott Morgan, who has never fought anybody before.
No.
Shocking. And guess what? He'll never fight anybody again because Cedric beats him, and that's his whole career. TKO in the first round. Next up, Jason Summers. Guess how many career fights he has?
0?
0. Guess how many he'll have total?
1?
1. Yep. TKO in the first round. See what I mean?
I'm a great guesser.
You're so good at this, Jimmy. You really are. This is what I'm saying. Like, so out of his first 6 fights, 5 of them are against people who had a total of 0 fights coming in.
5 ever again.
5 debuts. Yeah. And 4 out of the 6 never fought again.
Wow.
So this is, kind of weak is what I'm getting at here.
But it's also 1999 at that's the origin story of this whole fucking thing, this sport. It kind of started not maybe 4 years before this, you know what I mean?
Yeah, before this there was still guys in jeans in these fights.
Yeah.
Guys
it was
coming
still
out
fucking crazy.
Coming out with like belts on, like regular belts, like a leather belt.
Go on out
jeans.
there and fight like this guy just insulted your wife at a fucking dance club.
Yeah, not an ab in the whole fucking thing in like 93. Just a lot of beer bellies and here's the toughest guy at the biker bar.
A guy that just took off a flannel shirt for this.
Yeah, and then like Brazilian dudes started coming over and fucking,
Then it got real crazy.
Yeah, started dry humping people's faces and that shit all got different now.
And then everybody was like, maybe we should learn how to do that.
Yeah, maybe we should do that. He looked like he really liked dry humping my face. I think maybe we should do that. So, March of 99. So, few days later, a week later, he is arrested again. He just got out of prison.
Yeah.
And he's arrested again on 2 counts of unlawful carrying of a weapon.
Oh.
So
it could be any weapon, yeah.
It could be anything, but he shouldn't have any weapon.
He's a felon.
He's a fucking felon. Yeah, he can't just got out of prison.
He's not allowed.
Not allowed to do anything. So he'll be convicted of that charge in June of 99. But before he gets convicted, of course, he's going to fight a couple other tomato cans who've never fought before.
Okay.
Yeah, he fights Billy Pitcher, May 28th, 99. Billy Pitcher at the Extreme Shootout. It's extreme.
Extreme Shootout.
Extreme Shootout. 0-2.
Well, there we can confuse people because UFC's not so big yet. We can confuse people and make them think maybe this is just shooting.
We don't know. Extreme Shootout. And Billy Pitcher, I'm glad that he's telling us up front what his proclivities are there. He's not going to be catching. He's going to be pitching. We know that ahead of time.
Power top right here.
Yeah, he's like, that's what I mean. He's like, I'm going to take the top part if we're going to start wrestling. So he's 0-0 coming in.
Is that right?
Shocking. 0-2 career. So really, again, killing it. This is a submission in the first round for Cedric. He's
first round.
1 minute and 9 seconds. This guy's not a professional fighter, this guy.
That'll make
Billy
you
Pitcher.
second guess whether or not this is good for you.
Yeah. Billy Pitcher's like, no, you didn't understand. I told you my name. This isn't how it's supposed to go.
I'm on top.
I'm the pitcher. This is wrong. You're
I'm
choking
only doing this
me.
one more time. If he does the same thing, I quit.
Yeah, I told you to choke me, but not that hard. Jesus Christ. I'm starting to black out here. So next up, he fights Mike Kellis. This is on the same night. So it's another one of these. Mike Kellis, 0-0 coming in.
Is that right?
Career, 0-1.
Okay.
TKO in the first round. So he's fought one guy who's fought before getting in the ring with Cedric. A grand total of.
But again, this was when it was super new, and anybody that watched it probably thought, fuck, I can do that. And then they do it, and then they get punched, and they go, I don't want to ever do this.
I can't do that. That's crazy. No. Yeah. June 1999, he pleads guilty to unlawful carrying of a weapon and is sentenced to, you, sir, may fuck off, 1 year in jail and 2 years of probation. Okay.
He's going to go to jail again?
He's going to go to jail again. But somehow in July, he's fighting. So I don't know if had overcrowding or what the fuck the story is.
Work, furlough, whatever.
They gave him a shot here, I suppose. So July 24th, 1999, at the American Shoot Wrestling, He fights, guess who? This is just like wrestling. He brought his own opponent in. It's like back in the day, going to different territories. Gabriel Duran, remember him?
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, who's 0-1 career. He hasn't fought since Cedric fucking fought him. Isn't that weird? It's been a fucking year. He hasn't fought, though, and now he fights him, and fucking he obviously loses again because he's 0-6 career. I wonder if they're all against Cedric. I don't think so. I don't remember putting him in here 6 times or looking at it. So, and then he fights Philip Reese after this. Here, Philip Reese is 2-5 career, so he's had a fight before. Right. 2-5 coming in, 10-14 career. Now, Philip Reese beats him in the first round with a rear naked choke.
That's 2 that have double-digit wins over their career that are beating him.
It's just 2 guys who've had previous fights before that weren't against him.
Right.
That's it.
They know what they're doing.
So then November 13th, 1999, a few months later, at the Extreme Shootout again, guess who he fights?
Is it Gabe?
Gabriel Duran, who's now 0-3. I guess he got beat by somebody else, too.
It's a real trilogy, this one.
It's another TKO. That's what I mean.
It's a real war.
Back in the day in wrestling, they used to go, they go from territory to territory, and this is he's bringing his guy with him. That's all. He's just bringing his opponent to beat the shit out of, and
bringing his guy that he beats up.
Put a match on. He's the what is it, the Washington Generals, as the Globetrotters trounce them. I'm going to set up a real Globetrotter situation here. What do you say? So next up, world-class shoot fighting, November 20th, 1999. He fights Anthony Macias. This is a week after he fought Gabriel here.
Right.
He fights Anthony Macias again, the mad dog there, and loses in the first round by rear naked choke again.
God damn.
So 9-3 for Cedric here. March 15th, 2000, Power Ring Warriors again.
Oh, boy.
Jesus Christ. This is Phil Rodriguez, career record?
Yeah.
0-0.
Coming in. Yeah.
Debut fight, and this will be the only fight of his career.
0-1. Yeah.
0-1. And Cedric will beat him with a TKO from strikes. So he'll just punch this poor sap to fucking into submission, basically.
Yep.
So 10-3. Next up, Extreme Shootout. Again, April 5th, 2000. Victor Bell, 0-1 career. He's had a fight. 0-1, and he's 0-2 career, though. This is his last fight. This goes the fucking distance.
How many rounds?
I don't have any idea.
3 probably.
Yeah, who knows? The Extreme Shootout from 23 years ago.
It's got to be 3 rounds.
3 rounds, I guess. I have no idea, but it goes the distance, and he wins by a unanimous decision. Cedric does 11-3. Next up, again, the Extreme Shootout.
He only fights this one.
Only they love him there. June 17th, 2000. He fights Michael Moores. Moores.
Plural.
Multiple Michael Moore. Yeah, Michael Moore and another Michael Moore. Just 2 fat white guys from Michigan. That's who he fights.
Michael Moore should be Michael Morris. That's a lot of guys.
He's been enough to be 2 sometimes. Here you go. There's a couple of you. So 0-0 coming in. He's making his debut. He's trying to promote his film, I'm sure, or something. 0-1 career. So this is it for him. And this is a submission with elbow strikes. He just elbows this poor guy into fucking quitting. Jesus Christ. Stop elbowing me. I quit. I swear. Ouch. Jesus
Just
Christ.
focusing on that one move is brutal, because that's like...
Yes. That's really brutal.
It's so fucking hard of a spot on your body to hit somebody with. It's like a fucking hammer.
Till the man gives up. Until he just says, no more hitting me, please.
I imagine only other spot would be like your knee. If you were like kneeing somebody in the face on the ground, that's the only thing else. Your elbow's like a fucking hammer.
Your forearm elbow deal's like the hardest. Yeah. That's your hardest fucking bone. So it's
gotta be.
That's the one if you want to hit someone and not break anything, that's your most likely.
Over and over again, just throwing that.
It's harder than a skull, so that's where you want to throw, really. Yeah.
In the 1980s, a rosé swept the country.
Hey, Mike, I really like this White Zinfandel.
Well, good. Now put it down. I'm going to try another one.
White Zin became America's top-selling wine. But most don't know that this sweet drink has a sour history. What began in 1986 with counterfeit bottles...
A big fraud, a multi-million-dollar fraud.
Sent investigators chasing one of the most powerful families in the business, the Licciardis. But the closer the feds got to them, the more dangerous things became. It's a story of deceit.
At the time, I was paranoid.
Threats.
You touch my kids, I will kill you.
And murder.
With a .22 caliber bullet to the head,
What started with a scheme to mislabel wine spilled into a blood-soaked battle for succession. Welcome to Bloodvines. You can binge listen to Bloodvines exclusively and ad-free on Wondery Plus. Join Wondery Plus in the Wondery app, Apple Podcasts, or Spotify.
A few miles from the glass spires of Midtown Atlanta lies the South River Forest. In 2021 and 2022, the woods became a home to activists from all over the country who gathered to stop the nearby construction of a massive new police training facility, nicknamed Cop City.
At approximately 9 o'clock this morning, as law enforcement was moving through various sectors of the property, an individual, without warning, shot a Georgia State Patrol trooper.
This is We Came to the Forest, a story about resistance.
The abolitionist mission isn't done until every prison is empty and shut down.
Love and fellowship.
It was probably the happiest I've ever been in my life.
And the lengths we'll go to protect the things we hold closest to our hearts. Follow We Came to the Forest on the Wondery app or wherever you get your podcasts. You can binge all episodes of We Came to the Forest early and ad-free right now by joining Wondery Plus.
So now there he is. Okay, Michael Moore's next up. He fights. Oh, it's Billy Pitcher again. Here he is. Oh, the old not pitching, not catching over here. Extreme shootout again. That's right. Still the same
and
card.
This is his second fight, and he lost again.
He lost.
We already know that.
He only has 0-2 career. So he fought this guy twice, and that's his whole career. Rear naked choke again. 43 seconds. Cedric beats him. So there we go. 13-3. Next up at Extreme Challenge 35.
Yeah.
It's extreme. June 29th, 2000. He fights Lawrence Fists of Fury Clark.
Okay.
Fists of Fury.
Got that nickname somewhere, right?
I think it was Bruce Lee, I think, had that nickname.
Yeah.
There's somebody like that.
Point,
Definitely, it's not his, original.
Yeah.
It's not an original Lawrence Clark. Or Laverne, I'm sorry. Laverne.
Laverne,
not Shirley Clark is his name.
I'd rather be anything other than Laverne Clark.
Laverne, and don't call me Shirley Clark. That's what they call him. He's a big Airplane fan, and he loves 70s sitcoms, so he's into it. He's 10-4 coming in, 27-21 for his career. Guess what happens here?
I think he loses.
Yeah, Cedric gets beat by a guy named Laverne, for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. This is a submission to a choke in the second round.
Because the guy's got double-digit wins. That's all it is.
That's it. He's fought before.
It's an actual fighter.
Next up, July 18th, 2000, he fights, this is Extreme Shootout, again. Eves Edwards is this guy's name, but his nickname is maybe the best of all time.
Yeah.
Thug Jitsu Master. Eves Thug Jitsu Master Edwards. Thug Jitsu.
Eves? E-V-E-S?
Y-V-E-S.
What? Yeah. What the fuck?
Eves Thug Jitsu Master Edwards. That might be my favorite all-around fighter name of all time. His first name is like he makes purses for a living. His nickname is wonderful, and then his last name is fantastically plain. It's fucking perfect. It's a perfect name. Thug Jitsu Master Edwards. He's 11.
Is it Ives?
Ives, Eves, whatever the fuck it is.
Either way, it sucks.
It's a weird fucking thug. Don't even concentrate on his name. He's the Thug Jitsu Master. I think that's all that needs to be said about this guy.
What is Thug Jitsu?
What this guy is a master of, Jimmy.
Yeah, he's very good at it.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, it's not bad. He's 11-4. Thug Jitsu works apparently.
Yeah.
42-22 for his career, so he sticks around. That's a lot of fights for an MMA fighter. And this is a first-round submission with an armbar. He beats Cedric because, he's fought before.
Yeah, and Thug Jitsu is hard to fucking combat.
Don't fuck with Thug Jitsu, man.
No.
13-5 now he is. August 28th, 2000, Valetudo 2, Mexico 2, this is. He fights, guess who, Jimmy?
Is it Gabriel?
It's Gabriel Duran.
Welcome back, Gabe.
Welcome back, Gabe. Good to see you back in the show here. We need to make a character of Gabriel Duran just because he's been on the show more than anybody. The most appearances
got
ever.
His head beaten in by the same guy 6 times.
This is he's 0-4 coming into this fight. And there we go. This is a quick win, obviously.
Yeah.
He always fights him. I don't know what it is. He brings him in. Bring Gabe in again. He likes it when I kick his ass.
Yeah, it's got to be an ego builder.
He's got a nice soft skull. When I punch it really doesn't hurt that bad. I like punching him in the face.
I think I can beat him. I do.
I think I got him this. And is Gabe like at home, like staring into the mirror, playing Eye of the Tiger over and over, going, "You can fucking beat him, man. You can do it," like slapping himself in the face.
Yeah.
Don't be scared of him, man. Don't be scared of him.
It's got to be.
Like a little kid who's going to like beat up his abusive father finally.
I'm not going to take it this time.
Not going to take it this time. October 12th, 2000, Absolute Fighter Challenge. He fights Drew Knight Rider Pickett, who is 7-0 coming into this fight.
Okay.
And 43-21 career. This fight actually goes all 3 rounds. And Cedric loses by unanimous decision, of course, because, this guy's better than him, obviously.
Are you saying Cedric's not very good of a fighter?
I don't think he's very good. I think this is a scam.
Yeah,
he fights shit guys, the same guy 5 fucking times to build his record up, and then he goes so he can make a couple of bucks at these fights. So it says he has a good record, and then he gets beat by anybody who's half decent.
And being that this was early in mixed martial arts, there can't be much money in this.
Especially at the next one, November 7th, 2000, Renegade Extreme Fighting. How much money are they getting paid?
There's got to be, $500?
That's got to be some Toso's parking lot shit, right?
Yeah. There's nobody getting paid anything for
No,
this.
it can't be. This guy that he fights is Pete, the Secret Weapon Sprat.
Oh,
Pete.
Ew.
Very tough name. Pete, the Secret Weapon.
That's stupid too. Pete Spratt is a stupid name.
Pete Spratt sounds like a bass player that a famous band dropped before they got famous. You know what I mean?
Famous,
Wasn't he he was the bass player in Nirvana before Bleach came out, right? And then they got rid of him. Yeah, I think it was Pete Spratt was in there. Yeah, Pete Spratt, the Secret Weapon. Yeah. He's 4-1 in his career coming into this fight, and of course he's going to beat Cedric by submission.
Yeah,
because he's a decent fighter. 14-7 for Cedric. Now in 2001, he is going to be arrested more. Obviously,
okay.
I think it's why not here. He has the disorderly conduct, which is a Class C misdemeanor, an unlawful carrying of a weapon, which is a Class A misdemeanor again, and then he pleaded not guilty to another offense, but he was only fined for all these things.
Wow.
No more jail time. He's lucky here. So don't worry. There's plenty coming up for him. June 24th, 2001, Valetudo, Mexico 3. He fights Luis Morales, who is 0-0 coming into this fight. Never fought before.
First fight.
Career 1-2. So a very, very strong fighter here. This is a submission in 1:20. Cedric wins. Okay. Next up, July 15th, 2001. This is a UW. I don't even know what it is. It's in St. Paul. He fights Tim Callahan, who he's fighting for the brake pads. He really wants. Yeah. He's Tommy's brother, and he's over here trying to save the company.
He's fighting for the assembly line's glory and honor.
the glory of the assembly line, and to save it from going to Zelensky. We all know what's going on here. You don't want Dan Aykroyd taking over.
Hat this week if he wins.
Oh, it's going to be so much fun. He gets to wear a button-down dress shirt and a hard hat. That shows you're important. Sleeves rolled up, button-down dress shirt. Yeah, important guy.
The oil filter department.
That's right. He's the guy. So he's 1-0 coming into this fight, Tim Callahan. He'll be 1-1 career because he loses this fight. It's a TKO. The doctor had to stop it.
Oh,
so
medical stoppage.
He didn't quit, and the ref didn't see any problem. The doctor had to go, this man's being beaten horribly. No one noticed this but me? Holy shit. You're closer than me, ref. What the fuck, dude?
I'm surprised they've got medical on hand.
That's what I mean, the quote-unquote doctor.
Yeah. It's also the name of the guy in the bathroom at the strip club that deglitters you.
And sells you condoms and sprays of his cologne for $3.
He deglitters and decotton candies you.
It's an important job, though.
It's a good guy.
That man is an underappreciated man in this world. He really is.
Saved more marriages than therapy.
He's saved marriages. He's saved a lot of upholstery detailing. You don't want to get glitter in your car. That's going to never come out. So August 24th, 2001, Extreme Challenge 42.
Yeah.
Jason the Black Legion Black.
Oh.
Jason Black, the Black Legion.
Okay.
He's 10-0 coming into this fight.
Oh, shit. Undefeated.
Undefeated. His career will be 23-4. He wins this fight, obviously.
Yeah,
he does.
probably handily.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's a TKO due to injury. So Cedric was like, I'm hurt. Stop.
He injured Cedric.
He injured Cedric in 3 minutes and 3 seconds. Cedric is now 16-8.
And hurt.
Mm-hmm. And having problems.
Yeah.
So December 8th, 2001, I guess he's all better now.
Yeah.
This is at UW Battle for the Belts.
Okay.
Adrian Servano he fights, who's 43-17-4 coming into this fight.
Okay.
He's going to beat the shit out of Cedric. Let's just say that. And he does. It's a submission with a forearm choke.
For UW? That's the fighting company he's fighting for?
UW. He forearm chokes him into submission, which is like...
Ultimate something, right?
He's like ultimate, Warriors, I'm sure. Or
ultimate whacking.
Ultimate whack-off. Ultimate whack-off championship.
Ultimate Whackers 7.
Good God. So this doesn't go very long. Forearm choke like he's some sort of abusive husband.
Yeah.
Not good here. 16-9 now for Cedric. 2002 here, he marries a woman.
Oh.
Now, later on it'll say he's married at this point, though. So I don't know if he got married and got divorced. It's all very cloudy, but a woman will pop up later that was his wife at one point.
Huh.
And later on, he'll marry when he's already married. So I don't know if he'd like divorce, marriage.
Yeah.
Paperwork he's not real big on. So
and depending on where he's at, that's fucking illegal too.
Oh, pretty much anywhere in the first world. That's
apart
you can't.
From one state.
Yeah, even there, I think it's like decriminalized or whatever.
Yeah,
but it's
I
not
think
good.
There's hazy, but I don't think it's legal.
I don't think they're like, come on, line your brides up, let's go. I don't think it's real encouraged anyway. So June 26, 2002, all jacked up from getting married here. He's at WFC 1, which is World Fighting Championships 1. And he fights Shannon Rich, R-I-T-C-H. Shannon the Cannon Rich.
Yeah. Did he?
It's Shannon the Cannon Rich is his name.
Oh, sir.
What else that sounds tough rhymes with Shannon?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's the problem. Shannon likes to eat Dannon. That doesn't work. Shannon who likes fruit on bottom Dannon. That's not happening. I'm not afraid of that guy.
Shannon already stirred Dannon.
Yeah, that's not great. Shannon better than Yo play Dannon. Fucking.
I mean, but you can't. You can't.
No, you can't because
you got to go ask. You got to go ask Briggs if it's okay, and I don't think it's okay.
He's going with it. 14-30 he is coming in. So he's had a lot of fights, but his career, and this is one of the craziest records I've seen in MMA, 58-88, Shannon the Cannon for his career. That's a lot of getting the shit kicked out of you right there.
In that field, Jesus Christ.
This, I don't know what happens, but it's ruled a no contest. And nobody wins against Shannon the Cannon.
Nobody gets credit for that?
Nobody gets they just show everybody showed up, got all sweaty and warmed up and all that shit for nothing.
I get scar tissue over this for nothing.
Nothing. August 16th, 2002, World Fighting Championships 2, he fights Frankie Alcala, who's 0-1 coming into this fight. And Cedric will win this fight by TKO due to injury. So he's going to hurt Frank Alcala.
He injured somebody.
Yeah, and that'll be that. So he's 17-9 now. Next up, January 19th, 2003. It's a big layoff for him. Extreme Valley Tudo 1 he's at now. Paul Davis he fights 0-0 coming in.
Yeah.
0-1 for his career. So this is one of these guys here. He needs a win. He's been getting the shit kicked out of him a lot.
Desperate.
Rear naked choke in the first round. He wins. Now, also in 2003, he is arrested and charged with issuing a bad check in Killeen, Texas.
Yeah, because there's no money in this.
I don't know how he would have any money. Yeah,
no.
You think you'd look at him and go, "You're got like black eyes.
You're still bleeding.
You're still bleeding. Your fists are all. I'm not taking a check from you.
No.
Your fists are bleeding. I'm not.
This check has blood on it.
I'm not taking this. This is crazy. So that charge is eventually dismissed.
Okay.
So he gets out of that one. God, he's so lucky with the dismissals here.
Truly.
May 25th, 2003, Extreme Valley 203, Jerry Fillmore, he fights. 0-0 coming into the fight, 0-1 career. Every one of these Extreme Valley Tudo cards are all him fighting nobody. And it's ridiculous. And they probably make it like it's his debut and all that kind of shit, but he's not a real fighter. So,
but they got him off Craigslist.
Totally. So Cedric wins this fight 19-9. This is by unanimous decision, shockingly. Again, so he goes the distance with a guy who's not even a real fighter. Maybe they said to do that to make it look good.
It's got to be.
Who knows? August 30th, 2003, Combate Extremo.
Oh, in Mexico.
Combate Extremo, everybody. It's here. So, yes, Aaron Riley, he fights. 19-6-1 coming in, and he loses pretty promptly in the first round by a submission to an armbar to this guy. Yeah, he's not going to beat a guy who's had fights. What are you kidding me?
Yeah.
19-10. Yeah. He's a fucking total scam.
Right. Yeah.
All his 19 wins are all scam wins. They're all bullshit. They're all bullshit. September 14th, 2003, beat down in Baja. Jesus Christ.
The beat down.
Put your dick in your pants already. Beat down in Baja. Take your white Oakleys off the back of your neck and fucking calm down for a minute. Yeah. Beat down in Baja.
Beat down in 2003?
Yeah, wipe your fucking the sweat off your forehead with your Affliction shirt and fucking chill out. This is crazy. Too much.
Roll that cold monster across your back of your neck.
Oh, you know it feels. Well, take the white Oakleys off first. You don't want to crush them. Got to do that. He fights Mike Crazy Boy Seal.
Crazy Boy.
Crazy Boy. So
it's a guy that sees a lot of
Crazy Boy.
Yeah. It's a lot of Pauly Shore movie guy.
He is. He's like, I'm crazy.
That was their name in the Army now, wasn't it?
I don't even remember.
I think it was.
He was almost the Weasel, but he backed out of it. I'm going with Crazy Boy. It was this close.
Crazy
super close. The Crazy Boy is 1-1 coming in, and he'll get beat by Cedric from a submission from a rear naked choke at 153 in the second round. So Cedric is 20-10. Next up, he fights, that was September 2003, February 2004, February 29th, leap year. Look at that.
Hey.
Boom. He at Total Combat 2, he fights the Crazy Boy again. He's back and crazier than ever.
The audience can't get enough of this.
Can't get enough of the Crazy Boy.
We want to watch him again.
Oh, baby. He's 2-3 coming into this fight, the Crazy Boy. And this fight, it's a TKO loss for Cedric as the Crazy Boy goes crazy on him. And
Crazy Boy beats the Spider-Man.
Yeah, he beats him with a submission by punches. So he punches Spider-Man into submission at 45 seconds in the second round. Next up, June 27th, 2004. Let's make it a trilogy with the Crazy Boy. It's coming. You, Ali, Frazier, fuck this.
We got to know who wins it.
Yeah, Ward Gotti. I don't want to hear about any of these fucking trilogies or any of these different multiple fight fucking Hagler Hearns. I don't want to hear any of it. It's all about Crazy Boy fighting the Spider-Man. And he loses to Mike again here.
Oh.
So, yeah. This is submission to punches again, TKO in the first round very quickly. So 20-12 now for Cedric. Not doing
going great.
Well. No.
Yeah.
October 24th, 2004, Lord of the Ring 6.
Really?
Lord. One single Lord of the Ring.
Oh.
Just him. All right. And he fights Greg Bell, not the old Rams running back, I don't think, hopefully. Here,
Lord of the Ring, not plural. Just
one. There can only be one.
Yeah.
The Highlander and the Lord of the Ring is the same thing. So this is goes the distance, all 3 rounds, and Cedric wins by decision.
Oh.
Not bad. So Greg Bell's a 2-2 career fighter coming in, and this is his last fight. So who knows?
Tough guy.
November 5th, 2004. He is indicted here, Cedric is.
Yeah.
Not a lot of time goes by before this guy's in trouble. It's wild. He's indicted for intentionally, knowingly, or recklessly causing serious bodily harm to a 32-year-old man named Stephen Doyle by, quote, striking the man numerous times with his fists. He beat the shit out of a guy named Stephen Doyle. Yeah.
Doyle. He beat up a Doyle in the streets.
He beat up a Doyle. 0-0, I assume Doyle was. I'm just going to go out on a limb here. Probably 0-0, I'm thinking. According to an affidavit by an investigator of the Copperas Cove Police Department, the incident began as a verbal altercation, as most fights do.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
They do. Between the two men, while Marks was revving the engine of his vehicle.
Oh. What the fuck?
He's revving his vehicle. This caused the alarm on the parked car that Doyle had there to go off.
Yeah,
so
he's
he
got a
like,
rumbly
Jesus.
car.
Yeah.
And it's setting off car alarms.
Setting off my goddamn alarm. And Cedric was like, what's that now?
Yeah.
You can see this progressing.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So as a result of this fight, problem is Doyle's not a professional fighter, even a shitty one.
No?
The guy who fights for a living is going to beat the shit out of a guy who doesn't really fight that often, probably hasn't been in a fight since high school. He's going to kick his ass, and he does. As a result of this, Doyle required full facial surgery to reconstruct put his face back together. He had all broken bones in his face.
Mushed his face up.
Yeah, he just destroyed his face. So he had
Oh
to be
my God.
put back together. Also had a detached retina from this as well.
Of course he did.
Took a huge beating. He admitted to, quote, being involved in the altercation, Cedric does. He goes, yes, I was there. Technically, I was involved, but I was just acting in self-defense.
There were some punches thrown.
He kept coming at me even while his face was fucking in pieces. He just wouldn't stop. I had to keep punching him till his retina detached.
That's got to... guys that hit guys when they're clearly fucked up. Like, you are the biggest piece of shit, right?
Yeah. Well, guys who are professional fighters who fight guys in the street who aren't professional fighters are fucking assholes.
Yeah, you see him online all the time.
You know,
trained MMA fighter defends girl's honor and and he like pummels a man that you look like a fucking jerk.
You're
man.
an asshole. Yeah. Remember when we did like Mike Tyson's thing?
Yeah.
How often did he get arrested for fighting in the streets?
Just the once, right?
Against a professional fucking boxer who was trying to get a fight with him.
Yeah.
And you know, that's it. He didn't. Yeah. He was gentle with people because he knows he could kill you. And that's Mike Tyson, who's the craziest fucking guy who's ever lived.
One of the most unstable men on the planet. And he figures it out in the street.
Yeah. And because very, very, very tough people don't have to fucking do that. They don't have to. They don't have to show how tough they are. They know how tough they are. They know they could crush you, and they don't need to fucking brag about it.
It's fascinating watching those videos too of them like sleeping nearly
unbelievable.
It scares the shit out of me for the people that get hit because I'm just like, oh my God. And there was just one on like fucking Halloween recently that a giant guy just blasted this tiny little man. And you feel bad for the dummy that ran his mouth too. I'm just like, man,
you know,
I feel
you
bad
can kick
for
his
you.
ass.
Clearly. Yeah.
What are you doing?
Right. That guy is enormous. Of course he wins.
I saw one where this was like years ago, like when those first started. Christ, I want to find it again now. Where the guy is the MMA guy is like, you know, he's going to beat this guy up, and he like grabs him and he's moving him around, and this guy just pulls out a fucking razor blade and cuts the fuck out of this guy while he's trying to choke him. And the MMA guy's like, oh my God, and he like jumps back. Then the guy's just fucking swinging this razor at him. All of a sudden the MMA guy's like, he's on fire, hands up in the, oh fuck, Jesus Christ, bleeding everywhere. And for some reason, I just cracked up.
The odds.
Yeah. It's like, well, there you go, stupid. That's what you get. You also don't ever know who you're fucking with. So
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Be careful.
There's that option because people are like, maybe don't fuck with people. Well, also the other option is, what if I got a blade, man? Maybe don't fuck with people.
What if
maybe you can choke me, but I can take your fucking liver out.
Yeah, or what if that guy, you don't know that guy, what if his fucking brother runs a fucking, you know, runs a mafia family or something? Like, you have no idea who you're messing with. You can't be doing shit like that with people.
Yeah, the same side, that same argument of you don't know who you're fucking with applies to you too. Like,
yeah, it's just, you never know.
Because they always say that. You never know, somebody may be trained. Maybe, or I know bad people too, man.
Yeah. And also publicly beating someone up is a good way to get them to kill you also.
Right.
They might want to kill you. So at that point, you kind of, you know.
And then it's self-defense, man.
Yeah. If he comes back and shoots you later, I kind of go, well, I mean, you kind of.
You remember how you said you don't know who you're fucking with?
Yeah. Shit, it's bad. Shit, dude. So
I hate those videos so much.
Cedric defended himself here, though. He is not. Okay. He said, "quote I defended myself against that guy." He said he verbally, racially, and physically assaulted me.
Oh,
so he's claiming this guy was trying to fight, which might be true. We have no idea.
Yeah. But you know, and I can look on Cedric's side too. Sometimes when you soup up a car and put some exhaust on it,
people
you don't know what it's going to set off. You don't revving it. Fucking certainly will do it, but because sometimes I look on a motorcycle, I'll run through a parking lot and you rev it a little bit and it'll set off car alarm. You feel like a dick though. You're supposed to. You should. I think.
He said, "What, motherfucker?" He was, I'll kick your ass.
I didn't know it was that loud. I'm so sorry.
Oh shit. So he is found not guilty in court as well for this after the victim's Doyle's account of the incident in court didn't match his initial report.
Doyle.
Which might be because his face was broken at the time he was giving his initial report. So it might have just sounded... he might have sounded like Mary Jo Buttafuoco a little bit back in the day, and it was a problem. He just didn't understand him. But either way, he's acquitted, though, Cedric. Okay. So he is... out there. April 30th, 2005, XFC is the Extreme Fighting Championship. Dome of Destruction 2.
Oh.
What is this, Mad Max now? What the fuck are we doing? Dome of Destruction? It's a Marvel Universe movie? Yeah. Like, what is happening? He fights Dennis Superman Hallman. Yes, it is, actually. It's a
Superman versus Spiderman?
Superman versus Spider.
This is
Finally! Refereed by Batman. So this fighter is 39-9-2 coming in, old Superman. And he beats the shit out of Cedric with a submission with a triangle choke in under 3 minutes. So
Aquaman had to hold him back.
Yeah, well, Aquaman was his corner guy. He's great. You get a cut, Aquaman's your guy. He knows how to fix it.
He's gonna moisten that, yeah.
October 15th, 2005, so a few months later, 6 months later, XFC Dome of Destruction 3.
Oh.
He fights Rich Guerin, who's 11-8-1 coming into this fight, and he actually beats him.
Oh.
He beats a guy TKO with punches in the third round it takes, but still, he beat a man who had fights under his belt.
About time.
It's incredible. 22-13 now. Next up, he fights, this is May 6, 2006, so another 7-8 months go by.
In 5 years, he's fought 35 sanctioned fights.
Sanctioned is a loose term, by the way.
Loose term, yeah. 35 kept track of fights.
Quote unquote, 35 legal fights he's fought. And a couple of extracurriculars. So this one is IFF 1, International Freestyle Fighting 1. He fights Travis Lutter. Butter with an L is his name. His nickname, Travis the Serial Killer Lutter is his nickname.
Is that right?
The Serial Killer. I'd like to cut you up and put you in the woods and come back 2 days later and fuck your head. That's me.
Is it spelled that cereal or
yeah? No.
Yeah,
it's
like you.
Yeah, no. I'll kill a bowl of cereal. I'll kill me a bowl of Lucky Charms, bitch.
All right.
Nope. He is the serial killer. He's 7-3 coming in.
2 days later and rape your decomp.
That happens. I mean,
I'm gonna get decomp all over my cock in 3 days.
That's his promos. That's what he says. Not only am I going to beat you, I'm going to own your soul forever because I'm going to fuck your head till it organically falls apart in my hands, bro.
I want decomp on my thighs.
Decomp on my dick. Slap my balls on your jawbone. That's what I'm going to do. Turn you upside down, slap my balls on your nose hole. What's up, bitch? The serial killer.
Sure, Letter.
7-3.
How long did he fight for?
A 10-6 career fighter.
Okay, I see.
Total.
He stuck around for a minute.
A little bit, and he beats Cedric.
Oh.
And then rapes his corpse. It was wild. Had him out cold. Once he had him out, he's like, well, time to get to work. The ref had to stop him. It was wild. He just automatically started stripping him down, pouring bleach all over the place. It was weird.
Dragging him by 1 foot into the woods.
Yeah. 1 foot, bottle of bleach in the other hand, just fucking, let's go.
Is he out? All right, here we go.
This is a submission with an arm bar. So he tried to take it off so he could take it home with him, I'm sure. In 1 minute and 15 seconds, too. So quickly.
Oh.
Next up, May 20th, 2006. This is XFC Dome of Destruction 4.
Oh.
They love him over here.
They sure do.
He fights Fast Eddie Ellis.
Oh.
Nobody should be Fast Eddie after Johnson
again.
was. Yeah.
No.
Oh,
Never
God, I
again.
don't want to be that guy again.
It almost ruined another Eddie's career, for Christ's sake.
He wasn't even fast. It was just
Right.
Eddie.
Just a guy named Eddie.
He was just Eddie who played some ball. Plain old Eddie is what he was called. No. I'm slow Eddie Johnson. That's who I am. It's not good for basketball, but it keeps me out of prison. Slow Eddie Johnson. Slow and steady Eddie, they call me.
Keeps me working.
Yeah. They call me Steady Eddie. That's what they say. Not
Slow
fast.
and steady wins the race.
Yeah, that's me.
I'm like the tortoise Eddie.
I was going to say Eddie the Tortoise Johnson is what they call me. That's right. That's my nickname.
I'm just getting to the finish line. Let me be.
I'll be there eventually. I won't leave any corpses in my wake. And unlike the other Eddie Johnson, I won't rape a 9-year-old. So. Fast Eddie Ellis. That's an old episode, by the way. If you're a newer listener, Eddie Johnson, one of our first, I think, 10 episodes probably.
Yeah.
But he's got arrested like 100 times. We're going to, by the way, do a full-length treatment on Eddie Johnson because we did him in like 55 minutes. He got arrested 100 times. How do you cover that in 55 minutes? So we're going to do a full-on Eddie Johnson. Plus, that was back when we had our, not a great sound setup.
Terrible.
Back in the first, year of the show. So we'll do that again. So Fast Eddie's 11-14 coming into this fight.
Okay.
And he is going to eventually turn that around to 21-17. So not bad. He's going to start that winning track by beating the shit out of Cedric.
There you go.
And submitting him with a rear naked choke in the second round. So there you go. 22-15 for Cedric here.
Fantastic.
He was hip-hop's biggest mogul, the man who redefined fame, fortune, and the music industry.
The first male rapper to be honored on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, Sean Diddy Combs.
Diddy built an empire and lived a life most people only dream about.
Everybody know ain't no party like a Diddy party, so.
Yeah, that's what's up.
But just as quickly as his empire rose, it came crashing down.
Today I'm announcing the unsealing of a 3-count indictment, charging Sean Combs with racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking, interstate transportation for prostitution.
I was up. I hit rock bottom, but I made no excuses. I'm disgusted. I'm so sorry.
Until you're wearing an orange jumpsuit, it's not real. Now it's real.
From his meteoric rise to his shocking fall from grace, from law and crime, this is the rise and fall of Diddy. Listen to the rise and fall of Diddy exclusively with Wondery Plus.
In the 1980s, a rosé swept the country.
Hey, Mike, I really like this white Zinfandel.
Well, good. Now put it down. We're going to try another one.
White Zin became America's top-selling wine. But most don't know that this sweet drink has a sour history. What began in 1986 with counterfeit bottles.
A big fraud, a multi-million-dollar fraud.
Sent investigators chasing one of the most powerful families in the business, the Licciardis. But the closer the feds got to them, the more dangerous things became. It's a story of deceit.
At the time, I was paranoid.
Threats.
You touch my kids, I will kill you.
And murder.
With a .22 caliber bullet to the head.
What started with a scheme to mislabel wine spilled into a blood-soaked battle for succession. Welcome to Bloodvines. You can binge listen to Bloodvines exclusively and ad-free on Wondery Plus. Join Wondery Plus in the Wondery app, Apple Podcasts, or Spotify.
Have you ever gotten a message out of the blue? Maybe you ignore them. Or maybe you end up in conversation. Maybe they tell you about an amazing offer. I can really show you how to make some money. And maybe that gets you into a lot of trouble. But this isn't a story about people like you, the people receiving these messages. This is a story about the people behind the messages, on the other end of the line. Thousands of them, working in a microcity, built for scammers. From Wondery, the makers of Dr. Death and Kill List, comes Scam Factory, a new series about survival at the expense of others. Follow Scam Factory on the Wondery app or wherever you get your podcasts. You can listen to Scam Factory early and ad-free right now by joining Wondery Plus in the Wondery app or on Apple Podcasts.
July 22nd, Dome of Destruction 5. Back again, Rich Guerin again. And this is the 12-9 fighter. He fought him earlier. Rear naked choke loss again for Cedric.
Okay.
He is really susceptible to that one.
And he's fighting the same fucking people
over and
over again.
Over and over. Yeah, it is wrestling. He's just going from one promotion to another.
He's fought 38 fights. He's fought 7 guys.
Yeah, 7 guys. One of them he fought 6 times, beat him up every time. He is, this is in the first round, too. He loses this fight. So 22-16. Next up, April 6th, 2007, XFC 8 Extreme Fighting Championships 8. He fights John the Jaguar Kirk.
Oh.
He's sleek and fast and sleeps in a tree. He's the Jaguar. He's hot. 7-0 coming in.
Yeah.
So not too bad. 19.
Do you know that there's no such thing as a panther?
Yeah, it's a puma.
Did you know that? No, it's a black jaguar.
Or a black jaguar. Yeah.
I just learned that in my 40s, and I am baffled. I was like,
you call a black jaguar a panther. That's all.
Yeah. That's wild.
Yeah, they're not their own animals.
They're just one giant spot. That's awesome. That's cool as fuck.
Cool as fuck, yeah.
Sorry.
And they're not that common either.
Yeah. Welcome to Nature Corner with Jimmie Whisman.
Nature Corner. It's River Talk sometimes. We're going to do Nature Corner over here, and we're going to have a good time. Welcome
what
to
a
Nature
cool fucking fact that is.
We're going to talk about creeks and rivers in central Ohio next week. It'll be wonderful. And
what kind of life that lives near them.
Well, I was going to say, what kind of fly is right for the trout in that area? You never know. Is it a... We'll talk all about it. Never mind. That's on next week's show. So he, this guy here against Kirk, he actually beats him.
Is that right?
He beats a 7-0 fighter. Yeah.
Wow.
It's incredible. 7-0. He beats him 3rd round TKO.
Yeah.
23-16.
No such thing as a panther.
Yeah, no such
beat the shit out of him.
He's the Jaguar. He knows that.
Oh, yeah.
He came in and he's like, there's no such thing as a panther, right? And he was throwing punches. Cedric was like, wow, this is weird. June 22nd, 2009, XFC 9 Extreme Championship or Fighting Championships 9. Jeffrey Messina, he fights, who's 1-0 coming in, and he will beat Jeffrey Messina with a TKO in the first round, 43 seconds. So 24-16 for this guy here. Okay. Next up, July 28th, 2007, River Wand Rumble 2. Or River Wind. River Wind. Sorry. River Wind Rumble 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Been one.
He fights Brian Gassaway, whose nickname is Brian Mandingo Gassaway. Really? Gassaway. Well, that's his last name. He can't help that. Yeah. But he called himself Mandingo. That's his fighting name.
That's bad.
Okay. 25-18-2 for Mandingo here. And he's going to beat Cedric's ass. It's a decision, but it's a majority decision for Brian, and it is 24-17 for Cedric.
Yeah.
Next up, this isn't even a nickname. It's just a fucking statement. I don't even know what this is. November 10th, 2007, XFC Battlegrounds. At least they started naming him. It was just XFC fucking 9 last time.
Yeah.
Battlegrounds. This is Josh Bring the Pain Haynes.
Okay. Bring the Pain Haynes.
Bring the Pain?
I know the song.
Okay, Method Man. Yeah, that's what it was. Okay, he came to bring the pain hardcore. So, Josh Bring the Pain Haynes. It's a bad nickname. 11-8 fighter coming in, and Cedric's going to beat him here. Mm-hmm. KO with punches in the 3rd round. So whenever he wins by punches, it's always in the 3rd round. Wears a guy down and then punches him. So 25-17. Next up, he fights, this is April 26, 2008, NLF Redemption. I don't know. Who knows?
I'm not taking any swings at that.
Nope. Who knows what that is? Marcus the Gladiator Gaines.
Uh-huh.
The Gladiator. He's 4-3, the Gladiator. 18-33-1.
Wow.
A real gladiator would have been dead a long time ago if he lost 33 encounters with something.
We found him early, too, because he really stacked him up. Jesus.
He really did. And he's beaten here by Cedric. Cedric beats the gladiator by disqualification. So I don't know. He didn't really beat him. The guy got DQ'd.
Kick or something? Yeah.
Who knows what the fuck happened. But it was in the third round, and that brings Cedric to 26-17. Now, also in 2008, from Seattle now. So we go from Texas to Washington, and he's at this point faced 3 criminal charges in Seattle, which was phone harassment, and first-degree criminal trespassing.
So he went somewhere.
So yeah,
then he made some phone calls to him.
To them, and then went there when they wasn't.
Or maybe he made the phone calls and then showed up. Oh, that would be fucked up.
Or showed up, got trespassed, and then was also harassing phone calls. I'm not allowed to come down there. I'll fucking call you then. How about that? Maybe that's what it was.
I'll bet if he was arrested and charged with it now, the phone calls had to come before the trespassing, right? I'll bet he made some phone calls and was like, "I'm coming down there," and then he showed up.
It had to have maybe. The court ends up amending his phone harassment charge and found him guilty of harassment and dismissed the criminal trespassing charge with prejudice. So on November 21st, 2008, that happened. So February 26th.
They can try him again later if he fucks up? Is that what that means? With prejudice or with that? Wait.
With is you can try again, I believe.
Okay.
So February 27th, 2009, this is at Texas Battleground here. XFC, Texas Battleground.
Oh, boy.
Daniel Serafian, he fights, 2-1 coming into this fight, and gets submitted out by him. So submission in the first round, 2 minutes, Cedric loses. 26-18. Next up, June 13th, 2009, XFC main event at the Rot Rally.
Gross.
What the fuck is that? Ugh, the Rot Rally?
That's disgusting.
I thought I misread it and Rat was playing. I was like,
that's got to be an acronym, right? ROT.
No, it's at the Rot Rally.
Recreation of Transportation or something.
No, that's a word they're using. The Rot Rally. He fights Brandon McDowell, who's a 31-25 fighter coming into this fight. But he's on the downswing of his career here. His next 10 fights, he's gonna go 1-10. So he's already done here, and Cedric gets him at just the right time and beats him. So TKO with punches in the second round, 27-18. Next up, August 29, 2009, KOK7, Judgment Day.
He's fighting at Cock?
Cock 7. So it's a Cock. KOK.
Oh, boy.
Cock 7, Judgment Day. So let's judge your cock. How many MMA events in the last 25 years have been called Judgment Day? Like 1,000? You know that.
How many Judgment Days are there, guys?
Fuck, man. Yeah, we've already been judged. How much more can we judge? This is Eric Big Head Davila.
Big Head.
Big Head. Big Head. Old Big Head. Which seems like it'd be a hindrance for a fighter. It's a big target. Big Head. Big Head's 15-9 coming in with his big old head. And he beats Cedric with a guillotine choke at 1 minute in the first round. So pretty goddamn quick. So that's 27-19. Now, 2009 also, Cedric he's in love.
Oh.
He's in love in Illinois. Damn
Not
it.
the wife?
No. No, she's old news. I mean, he's still married to her, don't worry.
Oh, yeah. But he's got a new one.
Well, he marries her in Illinois.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
He marries her. The woman, though, files for divorce after she found out that he is, in fact, already married to the second one that we know of. Yeah. Oh,
so
really?
sorry.
Fuck. He never signed the paperwork the court documents show. And also they indicated that there was a paternity test ordered for a child in this whole deal, too.
Oh, boy.
So in 2009, he has a bitter custody battle over a son with none of these women, a different woman, a woman named April Pease, Pease, who's from Washington. So this is a totally different woman than the one in Illinois that he married.
His life is going terrible.
Insane. It's almost like he gets hit in the head all the time. It's weird.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't keep track of stuff real well.
I wonder if the lady in Oregon or Washington or whatever is the one that maybe he made the threatening phone calls to and then went to go see.
That's
possible. You know what I mean? Maybe.
Dude, he could have went to
Who knows?
He could have went to a Taco Bell and
Yeah.
been like, I went through the drive-thru, I got this shit, and they were like, sorry. And he was like, I'll come down there and fuck everybody up. And then we have no idea.
He could have called an actual order into a Domino's, and they were like, "Oh no, please don't come down."
We're
here." And he's
outside
like, "I'll
of your
be down
delivery
there."
range. And he's like, fuck that shit.
I'm
like,
coming.
sir, it would take too long. And he's like, I'll show you how fast I can get from there to here or from here to there. Watch out. I'll be there in 10 minutes, bitch.
Please don't come down here, sir. I'm on my way.
I'll click. Now, the court documents depicted the April Pease woman as a woman with a severe drug addiction problem, which affected the parenting and safety of the children. The documents also describe Cedric as someone with aggressive behavior and who was, quote, in complete denial that he has issues around domestic violence.
And in and out of the fucking system for the last fucking 10 years.
Since they were 17. These two are fighting over a kid.
Oh, my.
That's like, wow. Is there a third option, please?
Is there a grandma somewhere? We need her.
We're just going to put the baby in a basket and float it down the river at this point. Like, this is fucking, it has a better chance, right? Maybe wolves will pick it up and raise it because this is terrible. These
Put
two,
it on an ice block.
better chance, I swear to God. The ice block will work.
Perhaps perhaps one of the last polar bears will take care of it. They love Coke. They're friendly as shit.
Fuck yeah. Because they love it. They love that Coke, and they love snorting Coke, too, because you can't see it around their nose. They don't have to wipe it off. It's perfect for them. No one notices.
They always got a little dusting.
Always got a little dust on the mustache. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's called a dust stash.
A dust stash. Now, Cedric is such a violent fuck-up.
Yeah.
This is insane that April Pease is given temporary custody of the child, even though she's an admitted alleged drug addict and is currently living in a woman's shelter in Minnesota.
Still a better person.
She doesn't even have a residence.
To have the kid, yeah.
But keep the kid away from this psychopath.
He doesn't even know that you can't hit people.
Yeah. So then she's staying there. In March of 2009, she disappears.
What?
I'm not talking like took off, is out partying. Yeah. Disappears like legally, like she's a missing person.
Nobody can find her.
Nobody can find her. And her son is given back to Cedric.
Oh, my God.
At this point. And at that, they said Minnesota police confirmed an investigation into her disappearance that has never closed and that Marks is still the main person of interest in.
Oh, boy.
And we'll talk about that later because, dude, this guy, we haven't scratched the surface. Like, we're doing a bunch of, he beat a guy up, he did this over here. Yeah. What he's done is going to be, this is a two-parter, by the way. This isn't going to be a one episode because what he's done is like,
and he's in control, has custody of a child at the moment.
Of a child, yes.
Oh my God!
The news in Temple, Texas, spoke with Dottie Pease, who is April's mom here, and Dottie is a mom's name, by the way.
It sure is.
If your name is Dottie, you definitely have children. I feel like so.
Or you're a Randy clerk in a Gary Goldman bit.
That's possible too. Yeah. So Dottie Pease, she said she believed her daughter might have had a drug relapse. However, new information came out, and she said it's possible that Cedric could have had something to do with her disappearance.
New information.
Yeah. Normally, when you have a drug relapse, and if you OD'd somewhere, you'd be found. Is the thing
right? Probably somewhere where drugs are done often.
You don't OD and then hide your body, usually. Right. That's the thing that most people don't do. It's rare. It's rare.
Put me in the woods.
Yeah. We've seen a lot of murder in our shows and never happened before. So May 27, 2010, so some time goes by here, he fights in Bellator, which is a big promotion.
Yeah, it's a big fighting promotion.
Bellator Fighting Championships 20. He fights Andrew, not Dave Chappelle, I'm going to call him. Andrew, the powerhouse Chappelle.
Yeah.
8-6.
Andrew the other Chappelle.
Andrew the other Chappelle. Yeah, Andrew the powerhouse Chappelle. That's a shit nickname, by the way.
I don't know.
I don't care for it.
It's stupid, but it
the
makes sense.
This is boring.
I get it.
May as well be the tough guy or something.
Yeah,
like it's just
I get what he did.
Not very creative here. Either way, he beats the shit out of Cedric. So rear naked choke again. Got him.
Oh.
That's it. 27-20 for Cedric. 20 losses.
Yep.
Yeah. September 30th, 2010, this is C3 Fights Red River Rivalry.
Oh,
yeah. He fights
Triple R.
Triple R. Mike the Problem Jackson. That's Adrian Broner's nickname. And sir, he's earned
certainly
it.
the fucking problem.
He has earned that nickname over and over and over again. Unless you
continues to every day.
Yeah, unless you have Mike Jackson here has a crime and sports worthy resume, then you're not the problem, sir. I'm sorry, you're just not. And this isn't the former White Sox pitcher either. I don't think this Mike Jackson. Was it Seattle? I think he played for 9-6 coming in. Cedric beats him though, but by disqualification.
Oh,
the guy used an illegal knee.
Yeah, he is a problem.
That's a problem for him.
He's a problem.
He's a problem. Not the problem. Yeah, not the problem. 28-20 for Cedric. Now, next up, April 15th, 2011. This is STFC 15, Nature of the Beast.
What does STFC stand for?
Something fighting championships.
Yeah.
I have no idea. Sexually transmitted fighting championships? I have no idea.
Sure thing.
That's what I think it is. Danny Salinas, he fights 6-2 coming in and loses to Danny by submission in the third round, 28-21. Next up, March 2nd, 2012, STFC 19, Relentless. This fucking syphilis will not go away. It's relentless. Relentless sexually transmitted fighting championships.
These herpes are forever.
They are, and they're very repetitive, too. They do not go away. Not a lot of remission time here. Let me tell you something. It is just, woof. March 2nd, 2012, that is. He fights Aaron Lanfranco, who's 5-0 coming in, but this will be his last fight. He has 5-1 career because he is knocked out with a punch, KO, not even a TKO, a KO. And I think he said, I don't want to do this anymore.
He shut his eyes.
That's it. That's in the second round, 29-21. Here for Cedric, April 21st, 2012, AFP, Fight Night at the Ike. Okay. He fights Thomas the Young Lion Gifford.
Okay.
Thomas Simba Gifford over here. 4-0 he is coming in, 17-10 career, and Cedric beats him with a knockout again. Knockout with a punch. I notice a lot of his fights where he gets knockouts with punches and TKOs, they're within the first 20 seconds of the second round.
Oh.
So I don't know if he tries to grapple in the first round and then in the second round just comes out guns blazing with punches and surprises the guy, or I don't know if maybe that's his strategy or what, but seems to be a thing he does a lot.
You know, that's a great point because in the first round of a lot of fights, you see people scream out of their fucking corner.
Yeah.
You never see that in the second round.
No, it's the thing. And if you can, that helps.
Yeah.
Tyson used to fly out after
Right.
the second, third. Jesus,
both
could be
did
like,
that in
oh,
the
fuck.
first round.
Here we go again. Yeah. A lot of guys did. Whoopsie. May 12, 2012, SCS 11, No Fear.
Oh.
Come on, guys.
Really?
No Fear? Yeah, No Fear. Like it's a
Clothing brand from
1992
94?
T-shirt. Yeah. Fuck out of here with that shit. Travis Iron Chin Coyle.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to fight that guy.
The
Iron
next
Chin.
fight's Massimo?
yeah. 9-5 he is. And Travis he's got an iron chin. He beats Cedric. What do you want from him? Beats him good by submission here.
Okay.
30-22. Next up, June 30th, 2012, Fight Party is the name of the promotion.
Fight
Party. Tabernacle Fight Party 2. Gonna kick your ass and convert you, buddy. Tell you what.
I'm going to beat you in church, my friend.
Gonna beat you and then marry all your sisters. Let's go.
I'm going to beat you in the name of the Lord.
In the name of Joseph Smith. I'm going to beat your ass. Make you join the choir.
Fight Party.
Party.
That's not good.
Fight Club is a weird enough step.
Yeah.
Fight Party is a weird way of saying that. They wanted to call it Fight Club, but they couldn't get any clearance, so they were like, what about Party? That's like a club, right? Party. Fight Party. Fight Party.
That sounds so ridiculous.
Well, you know, it's the only thing that can make it more ridiculous. Put Tabernacle before it. Tabernacle Fight Party 2. And you're like, what the fuck is happening? Where are we? What's going on?
Oh, you beat somebody with a crucifix and a fucking piñata.
Both. Come on, baby. It's a party.
It's a fight party at the tavern.
Drown him in the punch bowl. It's on. Oh, God.
Baptize him in the punch bowl.
Let's go. In and out. In and out.
Holy fuck.
So he fights Brandon Becker, who's 2-0 coming into this fight, and Brandon beats Cedric with a submission in the third round. And Becker was only
harder.
5-1 for his career.
Yeah.
So he didn't even fight that much. He had the spirit of the fight party. He just came to party, man. Fucking, I pictured Cedric showing up with like a Hawaiian shirt on, like a drink in his hand, going, "Oh shit, I thought we were partying." 30-23 for Cedric. January 26, 2013, SCS 15 Frostbitten.
Oh, yeah. What time? When is this?
January of 2013. Okay. Unless the event's held outdoors. I don't know why we're talking about it even, but...
And where is it? Is it in Texas?
Who knows? He fights Kemielle, Kemmyelle. Kemel?
Yeah.
Kemielle? You could say that a lot of different ways. Yeah. Haley is the last name. 3-0 he is coming in, 7-7 career, and he's going to also beat Cedric. Cedric is not doing well here at all.
He's not a good fighter.
No, he's not. He loses by submission, rear naked choke again.
Okay.
So second round, that is 30-24 his record. So since he's doing so poorly at fighting, he starts teaching classes at fighting.
Oh, because those who can't teach.
Lose like me. Yeah. Lose like me, like a comedy teacher.
Right.
Oh, my God. That shit. We've seen those. If you're
Teach
thinking
me
about
how to not be successful.
Yep. If you're ever, we only know certain businesses, and comedy is one business where we certainly know. If you're out there, because there's people that listen that like comedy, that are thinking about doing comedy. If you even think for a second you'd like to get on a stage and be a stand-up comedian, first of all, find a nearest hard surface and bang your fucking head against it 3 times because you're out of your mind.
Yeah.
Number one, you won't like it. It's terrible and it's a horrible thing. Number 2,
never separate yourself and $1 for fucking classes.
Don't do that. There's open mics. That's a class. You just go there and say shit, and if people laugh, then it's funny, and if not, then it's not. If you go to a class and have some dickhead who's 30-24 fucking teach you how to tell a joke, and that's his record at joke telling, he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. That's why he's here. He doesn't want to deal with you.
You didn't know his name before you came in here, and that's because he's not good at it.
Yes. If a comedian you've watched for 10 years and you love, if they're teaching, maybe go there. Maybe they're not the scumbag. But if you have never heard of a guy, it's because he failed, and now he's trying to tell you
how to fail.
Yes, because he's this much better at it than you are.
Right.
So he does that, as well as teaching self-defense classes and martial arts classes. So he was the head trainer at the Title Boxing Club in Killeen, and he would lead boot camps, and this is the pinnacle of irony, he taught a monthly women's assault prevention program.
Really?
Even though he has such a proclivity for domestic violence that his child was given to a drug addict who lives in a shelter. That's
because
how much
the police and services that care about children said he doesn't know. He is unaware of his proclivities for domestic violence.
And they said teach assault prevention programs aimed at showing women and girls how to recognize, prevent, and escape an assault, which is a good thing, but you also need to recognize him.
Right.
Yeah.
You should recognize it as well.
First lesson, if you're still standing here, you failed because you should have recognized me as a threat.
You didn't recognize I'm a bad fucking guy.
That's number 1. You instead gave me money, which is the opposite of what you want to do.
You've already failed.
You've already failed. I'm sorry. Class over. Try again next week. We'll come back and try again, everybody. Make sure you're paid up. So he told the newspaper in 2014 that boxing is beneficial to everyone. Which the exercise of, I'm not getting hit in the face, but it's really good exercise.
It's cardio.
Do it for 3 minutes, and you'll go, holy shit, how did people do that for 12 rounds while someone's punching you? Even when no one's punching you, it's hard. He said it's low impact, a great overall workout, and leads to big weight loss, which all true. You're working everything. September 27, 2014, Shamrock FC Onslaught.
Yeah.
He fights vicious Bobby Volker. Vicious Bobby. Vicious Volker. 24-12, Bobby is, and he's vicious to Cedric as he beats him with a TKO by punches in the first round.
Yeah.
30-25. August 2015, he begins dating a woman who he met on Tinder.
Has he gotten a divorce yet?
I mean, divorce, schmamorse, who cares? Like,
Paperwork's weird.
This kind of fly-by-night kind of world, you just got to roll with the punches and have a fight party. That's all you can do, Jimmy.
See how it goes. Shit.
See how it goes. Throw it out there and see where the wind takes it. He begins dating a young lady whose name you'll need to remember, Jenna Scott, after he meets her on Tinder. Okay. So he's dating her now. She's a blonde chick, and yeah. So September 10th, 2016, Horsepower Promotions. Horsepower Promotions presents Fists of Fury 11.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we're going fast.
He fights a guy named LaRue Burley, which Burley is pretty good. That's his last name. His nickname, though, LaRue the Cannibal Burley. Okay. So a serial killer and a cannibal.
Yeah.
Your nickname should be realistic.
He's battled both. Yeah.
Are you going to eat people or not? No? Well, then you're not the fucking cannibal.
You don't take a fucking bite out of this guy when you win.
Yeah.
You have to change your name.
Should be an exaggeration of something realistic. Iron Chin. That's a good nickname. Not a good nickname, but it makes sense at least. The cannibal? Are you going to eat the man when you're done with him?
Iron Mike.
Yeah.
Shannon the Cannon.
Better.
There's a lot of them. Yeah.
That's cool.
Sugar
You're going to take your gloves off and open up the man's chest and start going into his organs? Probably not.
You going to root around in there?
Yeah. Are you going to look for the pancreas? No, you're not. You're not going to look for it. You don't know where it is, and you won't find it.
You better sample that motherfucker when you find it.
You're going to get the appendixing. I think that's it. So LaRue is 6-2 coming in, and he beats Cedric again.
Oh.
TKO with punches in the third round. So Cedric is not doing well here. 30-26 at this point. Next up, March 10th, 2018. This is RX MMA. Rocks. Yeah, that's what I said at first on my prescription. But it's Rocks Extreme.
Oh.
It rocks and it's extreme and it's MMA 23.
And it's prescribed for you.
Prescribed for your health. I prescribe you a concussion, maybe some permanent brain damage. His opponent is the good doctor Edmilson Jr. Freitas is his name. He's going to prescribe Cedric an ass kicking, and he delivers that ass kicking.
Yeah.
The guy's 6-2 coming into this fight, and he ends up beating Cedric with a strikes TKO in the first round at 2 minutes and 42 seconds.
Shit.
So Cedric not doing well, 30-27.
Yeah, it's not good.
Now, August 15th to 21st of 2018, he has a very interesting week here. Mm-hmm. He is arrested on August 15th, charged with violating a protective order on his new girlfriend's home.
Oh.
Yeah, they're already to the point
Jenna
where
Scott?
she has she already has a protective order against
prescription?
him. A prescription. Yeah, she's already got, I almost said that. She already has a prescription against
She got a
him.
prescription for him not to be.
Stay away from Cedric, and they ripped it off his pad, and she had to take it to CVS, and that's how it worked.
And they filled it, damn it.
I'm supposed to not have Cedric here? They're like, oh, okay, yeah, good. We don't have him back
we
here,
got infinite refills for that one. Come on by anytime.
So, yeah, he's charged with violating the protective order that he already has on his girlfriend from, what is this, like fucking 3 months they've been
3
going
months.
out?
She's already, don't come back.
A couple of years they've been together
okay.
now. He posts a $10,000 bond the following day and gets out.
How?
Then he reportedly, on August 21st, broke into her home.
Oh, boy.
Yes, the arrest affidavit from later on said Scott went to the Temple Police Department on August 21st to file the police report. She said that she and Marks had opened investigations. She said that She and Marks, they had open investigations for assault pending against each other in Killeen.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
Obviously. She told police that Cedric threatened her while her daughter, who was 9 years old at the time, was present and in the house.
Fantastic.
Very nice. I mean, this guy is he's all class, really. That's the thing about him. He's a classy.
He leads a class, speaking of classes.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. He's a
to
classy guy.
recognize a threat. And oh, wow.
Well, if anybody is good at knowing what a threat is, it's him, because he's like, this is what I would do. I'd harass you, then I'd break into your house. Now expect that from someone. He knows what to expect. Wow. Marks told Scott, according to her and this affidavit, quote, "You know what I'm capable of. Your entire family and all of your friends will need witness protection if you call the police." And Cedric told her she needs to drop the charges against him for violating the protection order. So this is what he did in August. That was August 15th through the 21st. Then September 1st, he's fighting. He fights, this is MEFC1, More, MOORE, More Extreme Fighting Challenge.
Okay.
He fights, and this is on every fucking site that keeps track of MMA. This happened in 2018, so it's 5 years ago. This isn't like the dark days. Unknown fighter.
Just
no one knows who he
guy.
was. Random man. He fights.
Was it a man with a paper bag on his face?
With eye holes in it. That's all it was.
Was it a Saints fan from?
He came in wearing a Rey Mysterio Jr. mask, and they couldn't tell who he was.
What did he fight? The unnamed comic, perhaps?
Yeah, maybe him or the Who Days from fucking from Cincinnati. We're not sure who he's fighting, but somebody and beats him by a unanimous decision. So it goes the distance with. The guy doesn't even have a name, for Christ's sake. Never mind. Record.
They didn't even take the time to ID the man.
No, he just came in.
Get in there, sir.
With his jeans on. Fucking.
They can't hunt down a Facebook post from somebody promoting the fight.
Nope. Took his Pumas off and got in there with him. That was all there is to it.
Unreal.
Ready to rumble. So, wow. That is, he beats him. So he's 31-27. Okay. Now. We will get slightly into this, and then we're going to leave it alone here. So now, January 5th, 2019, the Temple Police Department make a post on Facebook that day asking for the public's help to find two missing people. Two here, okay?
In Texas? Temple, Texas?
Temple, Texas, yeah, this is. Two missing people. One, Jenna Scott.
Yeah.
28-year-old nursing student at the University of Mary Hardin Baylor, and also this Swearingen guy we'll talk about as well. He has also disappeared. Not Al.
Okay.
Different Swearingen, yeah. If it was Al,
he might
we'd know.
be in Deadwood.
He could, I was going to say, he's probably trying to pass a stone. He'll be out soon. Don't worry about it.
Having his back rubbed while his cock bleeds.
That's how it works. That's how he does it. That's how he does his thing.
Yeah.
The two were last seen driving a gray Hyundai Genesis, according to the posts.
Yeah.
After they disappeared, Swearingen's car was found in Austin, according to Jenna Scott's brother.
It's across the state.
Yeah, she said, quote, "His car was found on 12th Street, and they found his phone a block away." That's not good. You don't see that normally. Also told that the brother also said that he feared for their safety. She said, the brother said, quote, "I believe that my sister's being held hostage somewhere." Wow, that's very specific. "Time is of the essence. I believe this is a very serious situation." He said then that his sister had been dating a man in Killeen whom she met on Tinder back in 2015.
God damn it.
And said, yeah, he's a former MMA fighter known as Cedric Spiderman Marks. You know that guy? Yeah.
He's not former, my friend. He's fighting unnamed people now.
Unnamed. Yeah, just a month ago. Now, he had not been named so far as a suspect in Jenna Scott's disappearance, but the news emailed him because they heard that he had been dating the missing woman. So the news emailed him, and he sent an email back, even though he wasn't even named as a suspect yet. They just asked him, "Do you know this girl?" Whatever. He said, quote, "I've been turned into a monster."
What?
"There's a witch hunt going on for something I've had nothing to do with."
Nobody said anything about you.
Yeah, I've been turned into a monster. They asked you a question, and there's a witch hunt going on for something that I've had nothing to do with. What's the something? Do you know what happened to her? Wouldn't you say, I don't know where she is?
That's my girlfriend. I'm looking for her also.
I wish I knew where she is. Instead, I'm the monster. It's a witch hunt. Nothing to do with me.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. She, at that point, Jesus Christ, it turned me into a monster. So as the search goes on, the news learns that Janet Scott had filed for a protective order against him in July of 2018. In the document, she claimed she feared for her life. Little more from that document from Jenna's own mouth here. Quote, he told me he had killed someone in Oklahoma, but that he was able to cover it up and that he could do the same here in Texas.
Oh, my God.
She also said after that he choked her into unconsciousness.
Her own words.
Her words, that is.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, on an affidavit. Quote, on 2 occasions he choked me until I lost consciousness. Each time he allowed me to regain consciousness, then he choked me out again.
Oh, Jesus.
He's a fucking monster.
That's the worst.
He's a monster. That's a sick fuck is what he is.
So you can feel what feels like death and then bring you back and do it again.
Scare you again. Yeah, he's a monster.
Wow.
She had described similar instances to the judge during the protective order hearing just months before she disappeared. Mm-hmm. She said, quote, he wants to take away my dreams, my livelihood, and my future. Anything that's important to me, significant to my life, he wants to destroy me. At the same trial, Marks claimed, he testified and claimed that Jenna Scott was actually the abuser, and any of the choking her unconscious that he's done was all in self-defense. He's a professional fighter. He needs to choke a girl into unconsciousness.
To get her off me.
Yeah, I thought she was going to TKO me with punches, bro. I had to fucking do it.
I thought she was going to kill me. Jesus, I was afraid for my life.
Fucking asshole. That's wild. She said, quote, or this is he, I'm sorry. Cedric said, Jenna Scott would do enough just to hook to keep me in. She knew how to do just enough to keep me going, and a lot of times she beat me. She punched me.
Okay.
Come on, Cedric. She's 0-0. You'd beat her. We know that.
Yeah. Yeah. This is the Facebook video of you'd pummel this poor girl.
This is fucking ridiculous. The judge denied the protective order.
Yeah.
The protective
Against
order
him?
that against him.
Against her?
Against him. That she didn't
because
have,
he said
and then
she
she
would
disappeared.
beat him.
Yeah, because he said she beat me all the time.
Wow.
He said, quote, this is what he said, quote, I'm not the judge, not Cedric. Yeah. I'm not super comfortable with my ruling. Well, then maybe go back and think about it a little more.
What the fuck, sir?
Who makes a ruling and goes, I'm not real happy with what I just said, with my own decision.
Not guilty. I'm not confident in that one.
Yeah, I'm not very, I don't like what I just did, everybody, but I'm going to stick with it. He said, I'm not super comfortable with my ruling, but I find that what I heard was very likely defensive measures, and so I don't think it's appropriate for a protective order.
I mean,
and then poof.
I think anytime a woman asks for one, we should give it to him, right?
I mean, probably not. Anybody could say.
I'm not a fighter, James, and I think I could probably kick the shit out of about 80% of women on the planet.
Yeah. I'm going to say it like this: if there's fucking you got to give protect.
Sure.
It's not like they're not allowed to go to work. It's a protection order against a specific person. So I think if a person doesn't want you around them, unless there's unless people are doing it for a custody battle or whatever, but otherwise, if anybody doesn't want you around them for really any fucking reason, and they want to go to court and notify you and do all this shit, I think they should be able to fucking do that. You should be able to say, I don't want that person near me. They're aware of it, and if they come near me, I'd like you to take them away from me. I think that should be for anything. You shouldn't have to prove that he might kill you. That's crazy. It's a weird standard.
Yeah, and kill versus maim. Like, what are we? Why are we parsing? I mean, if that person's willing to hurt them, who gives a shit? Give it to them.
It's fucking crazy. So then, January 8th, 2019. So months go by. Cedric is arrested in Grand Rapids, Michigan for reportedly breaking into her home. Jenna Scott.
Whose home?
She's been missing for months. Jenna Scott.
Oh, she's in Grand Rapids now?
I guess she's there. I don't know why. She had a home there or something. He's charged with burglary and set to be extradited to Bell County. Yeah, they met on Tinder, so she's probably from up there. He goes around fighting and shit. So 2 other people were arrested there. A Janelle McDonough, who's a woman we'll talk about, and a Maya Maxwell. And Maxwell turns out to be a direct connection to the disappearance of Scott and Swearingen here. Okay.
Oh.
According to a Temple arrest affidavit, Maxwell then tells detectives in a voluntary interview that she took the Swearingen guy's vehicle, the Hyundai Genesis, in Austin in an attempt to hide it from law enforcement. That's not good.
Why would you say that?
The vehicle was found January 6th. Wow, in an area of Austin that Swearingen's mother said her son would never go. January 6th, 2019. So Maxwell again then appeared before a Michigan judge Wednesday for an extradition hearing this Wednesday after it happened. She was charged with tampering with evidence and agreed not to fight extradition.
Okay.
So the Bell County and Texas District Attorney Henry Garza sent the following statement out, quote, Maya Renee Maxwell has been charged with third-degree felony offense of tampering or fabricating physical evidence arising out of Bell County, Texas. She's arrested in Michigan and is awaiting extradition to Bell County. There's that. Her bond is $150,000.
Okay.
So Marks and Maxwell are booked into county jail. Now, McDonough, by the way, that's his wife.
First wife?
Remember? Janelle, the one he married? Yeah, and mother of his 2 kids, by the way, as well.
And she went with him to burglarize this house?
Yes, of his Tinder girlfriend.
What the fuck?
This is fucking crazy. He was, and then the Maxwell, he's with her too, by the way.
Oh, really?
That's, yeah, we'll talk all about that. This is fucking crazy.
How does he have so many girls?
This guy is a sick fuck. We have barely scratched the surface of this guy, and we're about out of time for this one. But
all right.
McDonough there, Janelle, was arrested for reportedly harboring fugitives who were these 2 idiots, Marks and Maxwell. They stayed with her from January 9th, 2019 to January 5th, 2019. So they used her place as a home base to break into her joint there. So January 16th, 2019, that's when she is charged. By the way, she's an Army Staff Sergeant.
Maya?
Janelle, I guess.
Oh, Janelle is?
I think Janelle is, yeah, from what I understand here, which is odd. Yes, she is. Janelle McDonough is an Army Staff Sergeant. Yeah, she's facing her charge. She's accused of letting them stay with her in her rented home while they went to break into his ex-girlfriend's house, which is fucking bonkers, man. So it was Michael Swearingen's the guy's name, the other guy missing. They were missing on January 4th, and the medical examiner said that they have 2 bodies that they found in rural Oklahoma that they're examining that are possibly being Scott and Swearingen.
Oh, boy.
So there have been 2 bodies discovered in a rural area here. So Grand Rapids police say that Marks was arrested in the parking lot of the Rivertown Crossings Mall in Granville. They said a member of their task force assisted the state police in the arrest. The Michigan prosecutor told Judge McDonough that they may have additional charges connected to the investigation in Temple. They said that Marks is not considered a suspect in the Scott and Swearingen case, but is a person of interest, though, in a 2009 disappearance of his child's mother, April Peace, in Minnesota.
Uh-oh.
So, yes, that's what's going on there. They're investigating whether Janelle McDonough, his wife, knows anything about his whereabouts when he was in Texas. They say they're working to determine if she had contact with Marks during his trip to Texas, and she had already acknowledged harboring Marks both before and after this trip as well. So, yeah, this is a lot going on here. She is charged. Maxwell has been charged with third-degree felony offense of tampering and fabricating evidence. He's being held. It's a lot. January 17th, 2019, bodies found believed to be Jenna Scott and Michael Swearingen.
Oh, no.
This is near Okemah, Oklahoma, which is actually, I have fucking stayed a night in Okemah, Oklahoma.
Is that right?
At the OK Motel.
Yikes.
Yep. When I drove from New York to Phoenix, I moved out there when I was 18. I will never forget it because I was like, OK Motel, Okemah, Oklahoma. I went to this little diner across the street, and I didn't know what a hush puppy was, and they all laughed at me because everything came with hush puppies, and I'm like, what is that? Anyway, and they're like, you don't know what a hush puppy? And she turned around and said, he don't know what a hush puppy is. And the whole restaurant laughed at me. I was like, sorry. Jesus Christ.
I guess we're serving shoes around here.
Yeah, it's like hush puppy. What the fuck is a hush puppy? I don't know what people eat.
Save the order. I'm going to go eat at the OK Corral.
The OK Motel. It was not the best, but it was clean in there, I think, if I remember at the time.
Okay.
So a pair of bodies here who had been the subject of search parties near their Central Texas homes were found in shallow graves in rural Oklahoma. A statement here. I get that's what they did. They broke into her house in Texas. They went when he broke into her house in Texas. Then they went up to Michigan and stayed with his wife. That's what happened, and then they extradited him back to Texas.
She's a staff sergeant in Michigan,
and yes, that's how it goes here. So they were found in shallow graves, according to this report here. Statement released by the Temple Police Department says preliminary investigation indicates the bodies are those of 28-year-old Jenna Scott and 32-year-old Michael Swearingen, who have been missing for 2 weeks now. They said the family is hurting very much. Swearingen's mother, Deborah Harrison, told the police. His brother Scott, or his brother Talon here, that's the guy's name, Talon? That's Jenna's brother Talon. He said they were friends. They had left together to hang out with some other friends and never came back. Jenna Scott was absent from her daughter's birthday party, and they knew that something was up here.
That's a flag, yeah.
Yeah, Talon, the brother, said she didn't show up. She planned the party. So
yeah. That's ridiculous.
Family members had been searching Bell County for Scott and Swearingen. The bodies were recovered from clandestine shallow graves in Okfuski, Okfuskee, Ofuski. I almost saw fuck because the word fusk is in the middle of it, and it just broke my brain.
Ofsucky.
That's all I saw was, oh, fuck, suck. That's it. Oh, fuck, see. Oh, fuck, suck. It was all in there.
Yeah.
It's about 75 miles east of Oklahoma City. Investigators received information that led them to a property in a remote area where the bodies were discovered. They make a positive identification here, and obviously Marks is still in jail, and they talk about him in the article as well. News 6 traveled to Clearview, Oklahoma, and learned Cedric Marks has ties to the area. That's where the bodies were found, in fucking Clearview, Oklahoma, where 60 people are, and nobody knows shit about unless you're from there, and his family's from there.
No.
Not good. Not good. They said that he has family there, and one of his cousins, Shirley Nero, said, yes, we know him. We've seen him. His dad grew up here in Clearview. We have a family reunion here every year.
Oh, my God.
Double the town's population one day. It's just boom. Nero said lately all anybody can talk about is the bodies found in town. Yeah, because like 2% of the fucking people in town were found dead outside. So she said, we were really shocked that something like that can happen here in Clearview. How can you get from way down in Temple all the way to Oklahoma with a car?
You never heard... You don't have cars around here?
I don't think they do.
I guess that's why they're stuck there.
Like, people would see you with them hanging off the back of your horse, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
I think. The property where they were found belongs to Walter Shannon, who says he knows nothing about who they are or why they're there, or he doesn't know shit. He just had a property.
He's got a lot of property.
Yeah, he's just a guy they buried on. Nero said Shannon's not a member of the family, and, they don't know him. So they know him, but they don't, he's not related. She said, quote, if it happens in our town, we would know it. We would know everything in this town, and we know what everyone is up to. She said she hopes the incident doesn't overshadow the historic value her town has to offer.
I've never heard of it.
60 people there. 60. There is no, whoever thought there was value fled a long time ago, and you're still there. Yeah. So she said, we don't have major deaths or anything like that. Just minor death. Nobody dies there.
You got 2 of them already.
Nobody dies in that town, apparently. It's fucking...
You have 2 pretty significant deaths.
Wow. She said, this is a place you can come and live in peace. And, so they said the police have not named anybody as suspects at all here. February 4th, 2019, and this will be the last thing we'll say here. This is from People magazine, by the way. Oh. And the headline is MMA fighter Cedric Marks suspected of multiple murders captured after escaping prison van.
In People magazine.
In People, yes.
Holy shit.
So in the court papers here, she describes, by the way, they got some court papers from the Jenna Scott court thing when they were trying to get a restraining order. She describes him as a pathological liar, a master manipulator, and a psychopath.
Sounds great.
She claimed that he bragged about killing animals when he was a child.
Oh, boy.
Choked her into unconsciousness multiple times. She said, quote, every time I try to break up with him, he threatens me. I have to stay away from him to stay safe and protect the people I love.
And, you know, I've never been on a dating app, but I figure that's what they all are.
Yeah.
My God.
Head on a swivel, man. You got to fucking watch out. So, so anyway, the bodies were found. Police say he was a person of interest. He's arrested in Michigan. He's being transported to Bell County for arraignment, according to the sheriff. Then on this Sunday morning at 7:15 a.m., he allegedly escaped while the van was at a McDonald's in Conroe, about 40 miles north of Houston.
Fantastic.
Smell of hash browns got to him. He needed out. Had to get one.
Man.
He was wearing a fucking orange jumpsuit and shackles, which really easy to get away, and bright orange with shackles on. It was at large for how long? 9 fucking hours. They lost a guy in bright orange clothes and shackles for 9 hours.
He blends in a McDonald's.
Yeah. I'm starting to think that this area is just real incompetent and shit. I don't want to give a restraining order to you. Well, we'll just let him out of the van. What the fuck? Yes, authorities from 17 different agencies deployed helicopters, tracking dogs, and ground units to find him. Local residents received robocalls warning them to stay indoors. And in a press conference, they said that he is described as, quote, extremely dangerous and do not approach him.
And we let him go.
Say the fuck. Yeah. Finally, this is amazing here. On Sunday afternoon, canine units discovered him inside a 55-gallon trash can just 2 blocks away from where he escaped from. They searched for him for fucking 9 hours. He was in a trash can 2 blocks away.
A 55-gallon, James, that's just a... that's just those big...
Like you'd sing doo-wop around in the 50s. Start a fire and sing doo-wop. He put himself in there.
He just jumped in and pulled his knees to his chest and was like, they'll never find me.
They'll never find me in here. And sat there for 9 hours.
9 hours, like...
Until dogs
give him
found
all the credit. He's patient, James.
He is patient. He's like, I'll cloak myself in garbage. They'll never find me.
He beat him for 9 hours like that.
Wow. So that's only our second crime and sports person ever that was found in a dumpster, though.
Yeah.
Found in the garbage. It's him and Lenny Dykstra. Good job, Lenny. You've joined
good company.
So, he recently fought, they said, in the More Extreme Championships. Oh, Arizona was the More Extreme Championships.
Oh, that's where it was at? MOORE?
Yep, MOORE. He was wanted in Texas, obviously, for connection with a burglary. Police People magazine confirms that Marks is being held for questioning in Texas. They said, quote, at least at this time, the circumstances surrounding Marks' escape are still under investigation. Once the investigation is complete, the finding will be presented to the attorney's office. They expect formal charges coming up, at least for escape and all that sort of thing. That's that. So we will leave it off right there because the next thing that comes up is his now pregnant girlfriend talking about witnessing the demise of 2 human beings. This is going to get real gross and real hairy.
Was that the one where they didn't have it was an unknown fighter? It was in Arizona?
I think that was unknown fighter, yeah. It could have been at Toso's.
I'll bet it was in the parking lot.
It could have been at Toso's. We don't know, honestly. I swear to God. So there you go. That is Cedric Marks Part 1. Part 2 is coming up, and it is fucking crazier than you can imagine because the bodies aren't just, here are the bodies. Yeah. And there's more, too. It's not the only 2. And, and once they charge him, it's going to be fun because we have I brought up the Ted Bundy reference because this guy thinks not only in addition to being a fighter, a trainer, a lover, and a hell of a guy, he also thinks he's a fucking defense attorney, which is hilarious. Imagine this brain-damaged idiot.
We're getting words out of him.
This is going to be, Part 2 is going to be amazing. I cannot fucking wait for it. So next week, buckle up. It's going to be awesome. Cedric Marks Part 2. Thanks for checking that out, though. Definitely, if you like the show, first of all, spread the word. Tell everybody. The crime and sports movement needs you.
Yeah.
Spread the word, man. Tell everybody. just like you used to. Like we used to ask you to a long time ago.
Tell a couple friends.
Do it up.
Yeah.
Tell a couple friends, post on social media, rate and review, do all that cool shit for us, please. It really does help drive the show up the charts and keep it a show. So thank you for doing that. If you have, and if you haven't, get on it, you lazy bastard.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you for everything you do for us. ShutUpAndGiveMeMurder.com is where you get all of your everything, all of your merchandise, all your stuff. Get in there, get stuff, hang out with us. Also, listen to our other shows. Small Town Murder, which this could have been an episode of that. Also.
Sure could.
Like 60 people, it would have been amazing. Either that or, do that, Small Town Murder, and your stupid opinions you want to listen to. It's fucking hilarious. We love your stupid opinions.
Fun. Yeah.
So check that out. And we love Small Town Murder. They're awesome. So check those out. Not to toot our own horns, but fucking toot, bitches. So thank you for doing that as well and all that you do with that. Patreon.com/crime-and-sports is where you get all of the bonus materials. Yep. Also, you might want to follow us on social media at Crime and Sports, Twitter and Facebook, at Small Town Murder on Instagram. But definitely Patreon. Patreon.com/crime-and-sports is where you get all the bonus material. Yeah. Anybody, just $5 a month or above. That is a cup of coffee, people. That's not a lot. And you get a lot, though, is what you were saying. We give you value here. You're going to get the whole, absolutely, the whole back catalog, a couple hundred episodes to binge, and then new ones every other week without fail. And one Crime and Sports, one Small Town Murder. This week, for Crime and Sports, we're going to talk about Donnie Moore, one of the most tragic figures ever in sports, honestly. Whenever you see a guy fail horribly on the field, just something bad happen that looks like, oh, shit, the whole...
poor bastard.
Scott Norwood in the Super Bowl, wide right after the whole season rests on it. Guys like that, you go, what must that be like to be that person afterwards? Well, most of the time they get over it and move on. This guy, very bad, quick, a greased road to tragedy after that. So we'll talk about that. Then for Small Town Murder, everybody knows about it. We're talking about the Menendez brothers, everybody. Yes. Holy shit, is that going to be crazy? So we'll get into that. That is patreon.com/crime-and-sports. And you get something else, too. Yeah. You get a shout out, everybody, where Jimmie will mispronounce your name. And when is he going to mispronounce your name? Right fucking now. Jimmie, hit me with these names. I can't wait to hear them. Hit me with them like I'm going to need a restraining order against you right fucking now.
This week's executive producers are Jordan Bennett, Kyle Norweg, and Jennifer Eckel. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you
for doing what you do. We can't do it without you. And Simon becomes a citizen this week. I think Wednesday is the day.
I almost said of Canada. Yes.
Yeah, of Canada. Yes.
Canadian and Canada. Yes, mixed together.
Other producers this week are Lisa G, Steve Schnell, Florida Evans, Dave Goldfarb, Jasmine Pretzel. Happy birthday, Jasmine. I don't think it's Pretzel. Oh, it's Pretzel. There it is.
Pretzel. No, she's our little pretzel. It's all good.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, our pretzel.
Jasmine, you're a big sourdough this year.
Oh, we love it.
Peyton Meadows, Pussy Kicker from way back. What was that from?
Way back. Was that your stupid opinions, I think?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think it is.
Pussy Kicker from... All right. The Fratelli brothers, Janice Hill, Scarlett Horby, and Estevez Jones dressed to impress at a wedding. Sharon Jones and the Tartarian Empire. What are they? What is that?
I don't know. Something from Star Wars beats the shit out of me. It's one of those new Star Wars.
Something we need to know all
about.
Some
Mandalorian shit? I'm not sure.
Erica Bispochi and Seth Lacey. Betty Lichter. Nah.
Maybe.
Stephanie Johnson, Rucus Gomez, Angie with no last name, Kristen Sorrell, Nikki with no last name, Tyler Weingard, Christy Weigel, Buster Wollums. Hey, is that the cops in the cop from? No, is that Willems? What was his name? Is that Willem? It's Willems, isn't it?
Willem Dafoe?
No, the cop from fucking The Simpsons. Isn't it Willem? I think
Wiggum.
It's Wiggum. There it
Chief
is.
Wiggum.
I'm close.
Yeah.
All right. Elaine Miller Bond, Laura Culp, Dominique Dow, I think, Joey Beers, Elizabeth Contreras Valise, Joshua Willard, Garrett Wright, Cammy with no last name, Sharif Williamson, Slade Hutcherson, Frank Morales, Amy Hintz, Jason Steele, Alexander Hopkins, Caleb Moulon, Nick the Nose, Robin Francis. Hey, Robin. Jeff Hilton. Hey. Yeah, Hilton. Siobhan Mann, Lily with no last name, Turkey Rosanna, Cheryl Fee. Oh, boy. Kalinda Kinnaird, Hannah
Kennard,
Jackson, Ian Blackburn. Who would go by Ian? Whoever.
English people.
All right. Colleen Murphy, Leo with no last name, Thomas Deaton, Drew Strait, Suzanne Bassett, Lisa Kaminsky, Chris Drain, Jen B, Meg M, Kate with no last name, Ronnie Best, Valerie E, Gina Musselwhite, Crystal with no last name, Melanie M, Sarah Hanselick, Mike Huff, Jonathan Gilmore, Jerry Muller, Joshua Scranton, Catherine Nelson, Fetis with no last name, Carrie Riches, Christian with no last name, Anthony Pyers, Christy Smith, Brett Daling, Ryan Moran, Sarah Chorn, Sandy with no last name, Zoomy family. Thank you, your whole damn family. John Manning, Beth Christie, Steven Siegel, perhaps Seagal, Shannon Martinson.
Cool.
That would be the worst.
Get some
Sandy
of that money.
with no last name.
Some of that above the law money.
I would, yeah.
Whatever it was called. I don't remember. Fucking his shit. I never liked it. But
there was above the
under
law.
siege
There
money.
was,
Give me the under siege money.
Against the siege, under your mom.
Under your mom, I think, was his later work.
Sandy with no last name, Levi Reed, Deborah Peterson, Tiberius Grand Champ, Trey Patrick.
Under siege and your mom. Those are the two things I'm under. Siege and your mom. Sorry.
And now it's high blood pressure and cholesterol and can't get on a horse.
I'm definitely not on top of a horse. I'm under it all the time. Always.
I think that was the thing. He got on horseback in New Orleans and couldn't get down.
Yeah, they had to help him.
Trey Patrick, Tom Gurl, Amanda Ray, Matthew Grattan, Lori Becker, Sandra Davis, Robin Weeks, Lamont with no last name, Swimmy Fishman, Stephanie Sears, Trayvon Jenkins, Colin Wood, Camilla Mendez, Amanda with no last name, Derek Vaughn, Janet Allred, Stephanie Shope, Joey Rains, Jennifer Fletcher, Scott Employ, Ty Cosby, oh boy, Arlene Osmond, Monique, who's what? Cole Merberger, Ayana Royer, Mateo Alexander, maybe it's Matthew, shit. Ethan with no last name, Sean with no last name, Danielle Cormier, perhaps, I don't know. She's on Instagram. Thank you, Danielle. Yvonne Portra, Diana Jones, Aaron Curtis, Erica K, Mia Helene Bjorn, Chris Schmidt, Ox Baker's Eyebrows, Erica Borowitz, Lisa Joseph. She donated twice. I imagine she's got a patron for somebody else. Thank you so much. Nice B Method, Austin with no last name, Chuck Green, Bruce Courier, Robert Dobolina, James Richardson, Candace Walters, Darylyn King, Holly McDonald, Kristen Grachala, Grocala, Amanda Narberg, Andrew Pearson, Todd Wall, Dennis with no last name, Rye with no last name, Patrick McHugh, Jason Tanulis, Jennifer Simon, Louise Morrissey, Jared Stacy, John Spotswood, Brian Lally, Ant Man, Brandon Young, Roscoe in Australia, Steamed Rabbit, Chris Reese, Benjamin Wetzelini, Weltzine, Haley Haney, Hajney, all right, Ariel B, Mike Jewberger, that's not nice, Nick Wiersba, It Do Be Froggy, Vicky Welling, Audrey Barnes, Joanna, Noah Jewski, Noah Nagana, Laura
not gonna say that anymore.
Abby DeShazo, Lindsay Anderson, Jason with no last name, Kata Jessa, Kata Nagana.
Kata can't read that shit.
Anthony Contino, Kadajiza, Josha.
Nice.
Kata Josha? What the fuck?
Hi.
No, that's just an H. H. Smith, Taylor Anderson, Samantha the Eagle. No, it's just Samantha Eagle. Lorenda Richter.
Samantha the Eagle. She really wants a nickname.
Samantha the Eagle. They Move, Giselle Grayson, Janky Puppet, JNE, Sabrina Hall, Deanna Veeder, and all of our patrons. You're amazing. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everybody. Fuck, we appreciate the hell out of you guys. Thank you for all that you do for us. You make the world go round, at least ours anyway, so thank you for doing that. Thank you for hanging out with us. And if you want to find us on social media, real easy to do that. ShutUpAndGiveMeMurder.com. Links to everything right there. We will definitely can't wait to come back next week for part 2, and you're going to hear some gross shit and a crazy, I mean, it's a multiple murder. It's going to be fun as fuck. Monstrous shit coming up here. So live from the Crime and Sports studio, we will see you next week.
Bye.
If you like Crime and Sports, you can listen early and ad-free now by joining Wondery Plus in the Wondery app or on Apple Podcasts. Prime members can listen early and ad-free on Amazon Music. Before you go, tell us about yourself by filling out a short survey at Wondery.com/survey.